have lined up many of your crafting favourites, including Phil Martin, Stamp Addicts, Inkylicious, Be Crafty, Imagination Crafts and many more. There'll also be opportunities for you to get crafty with a fantastic selection of demonstrations and various make and takes. So come along and meet other members of the Hochanda family on Saturday the 23rd of June at Hangar 42, Bruntingthorpe, Leicestershire. Get your ticket here today and we'll see you there.
Hi, I'm Hayley from Craft Yourself Silly, and we're really excited to still be working with you guys here on Hochanda. We were there from the very, very beginning, and we're still bringing you lots of really exciting soft crafts. We design and manufacture all of our kits and all of our fabrics here in the UK, and we love bringing them to you. So if you're an experienced sewer or you're just starting out in soft crafts and sewing, join us. There's tips and fabrics for everybody. Make sure you don't miss our shows and come and craft yourself silly on Hochanda.
When you receive an easel card, what is it about it that you absolutely love? An easel card is a feature card. An easel card is a display card. An easel card can be a picture frame. An easel card can create so many memories and experiences when you open it and also when you give it. So to make an easel card, to unlock the ability to create your own card blanks with your easel cards and your own decorative cards, well, that's just a crafter's dream come true, isn't it? Well, we're seeing some lovely samples here in the studio already, and here to demonstrate is Fiona Clayton from Crafters.
I was going to say, don't you just love it? Boom.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the thing. I mean, the thing about easel cards is they have all of that dimension and they fold flat to go in the post. Yes. And people who don't make cards will wonder how you got it together. And when you realise how easy these are to make, and how beautiful the end results are. These are just stunning. They have a real wow. And of course, you've got so much in here that you can be playing with. You have got this wonderful, I think we're calling it timepiece, but it's the most fantastic shield design, as well as having all those incredible cogs on it as well.
Yes.
And they are beautiful. Now, if I were to say to you, you have got a set of dies which will not only make the shield, but will also make this incredible, intricate, beautiful, filigree heart as well, and make it simply and easily, I'd be going, oh, yes, please. And I know I had some different shapes on a couple of weeks ago, but you haven't seen these since they launched. And Leanne launched these, and again, this is another set that I had to get my hands on because I love the concept and I adore the die set. Now, don't worry too much, but just know that everything you need to make those cards is on this die set, including the scoring bar, of which I will tell more in a moment.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, details are on your screen to get hold of this set here. You've got your lovely floral heart, and you've also got your timepiece design. Both of those are available now, and that's $39.98 normally, but £5 off, making it $34.98 plus delivery for the pair. The next set of two, oh my goodness,
aren't
the
these
floral.
Lovely?
Oh, the floral in the circle, it works. And then just in that doily design, this card you have to show this one straight away.
I was going to hold it up because you know, an easel card is not just an easel card on its own. Look at this. Join three of them together. You have got the biggest wow of a card going. You really have. And this one is teamed with a gorgeous butterfly. I mean, this butterfly, honestly, this is a great, great card shape in its own right. Fantastic matting and layering dice. But look at the frame. And these are creator card style frames. And I'm going to explain absolutely everything you need to know about these. As soon as we get back to the demonstration area, I'm going to talk you through the whole of the die set suitably they're wonderful. You'll love them. You really are going to adore them.
Demonstration literally starts in a couple of minutes.
Yes.
We'll just talk you through the offers. The butterfly and the floral easel card, creator card dies are available now, also with £5 off. So far, it's either or on the pair, saving £5, making them $34.98. Having said that, a lot of you have already discovered the complete collection, which is where a good deal of the value is. You get the ability to make all of these cards and card blanks and decorative cards, and you get both sets of 2 for an amazing saving. Now, you've saved £5 here on this pair, you've saved £5 on this pair. Take those savings forward and then save a further £9.99 down on that price. But then for a Freedom member, not only is it $59.97, you'll save an extra £6, making it $53.97, including your delivery, which then amazes me on the Flexi buy, because then is way under the £30 price point today, $26.99. We've paid nearly that for a creator card die, one creator card die.
Absolutely, and when you see how versatile these are, you will love them. There is not one card here which looks like any others. You are going to adore playing with these.
It's an event, isn't it? To make a creator card in an easel, it's a wonderful event to be able to create it, create your own card blanks, the decorative cards yourself, and to make and give these or make and sell these is wonderful. An open angel policy as well. Make and sell as many as you like. 231732 is your item number to order. That's on the complete collection. You could get each pair, but the complete collection saves you so much. So for $26.99 today, including your postage, remember, as a Freedom customer, you'll get all 4 dies, and then you'll get that for a second payment in a month's time as well. They're all yours. Easy to use as well, aren't they, Fiona?
Really easy to use, and I've got one of the sets on my mat here, so I'm going to get you to come and have a look at these, because this is how the die sets work. You have got the bar just here. Now, this is your scoring bar, which is going to score you the perfect easel. You have also got your outside edge here. So you have got one heart, which is your outside edge. You've got another heart, which is your inner mat, and you can see they fit beautifully together, and they are going to make the most wonderful frame, thin frame, if you want them to. There are your 2 cut-in dies, like your creator card style dies, you will know. And look, in the heart set, we are getting all of these extras as well. So I need to start with the biggest heart, and I need the scoring bar. So we're going to take these off. Now, on my mat, on my Gemini mat, I've got a 6x6 piece of card which has been folded to create myself a card blank. Now, these dies will work with your Gemini Junior. These are thin metal dies, but because the Gemini Junior has that fabulous pressure, what I'm going to do is to create, I'm going to cut through both layers. Now, can you see, this is going to be my hinge. So, I'm not going to completely put that on the card. There's a little gap there and a little gap there. That is going to create my hinge. You do need your low tack tape. That is going to pop on there. Now, on this scoring bar, and this is quite clever, there is a tiny thin raised area. You can just see it if I'm tilting it, just there. You can just see it, just there. Yeah, fantastic. Wow, not as thick as a cutting line. So put that face down. Now this is where you find, this is how you find where this die goes. You just let it travel down, and when it hits the outside frame, there and there, that is where your score is going to be. Now that is the same for every single set of dies, and you can see what I'm going to do is going to use my tape to make sure that is in place and stays where it's going to stay. Right, and then we're going to run it through. So, thin metal die, and we're just going to pop it through my machine. Here we go. That's it. And that will create the base of my easel card. Okay, lovely. Just like that.
Yeah, good concept. You can transfer that concept to all of the 4 sets.
You absolutely can. And the thing is, the cards that you will make will be sensational. And I love the fact that when Crafters Companion make a card, they think not only about one card shape that you're going to make, but of all the others you're going to play with. So, what we're going to do is have a look. Yes, I think we're fine there. So I'm going to take my tape off there and my tape off here. Oh, you know when you've put tape on really, really well?
Yeah.
But look at this, and you've got a Gemini. Yeah. So let me just take this outside edge away. There we are, that's gone through my 2 sheets of card. That bit comes away as well. It is, it's lovely, isn't it? Ah, there we go. And taking that bit away, it's given me the little rest. So can you see now that what it's done is it has put that score...
Brilliant.
There we go.
Brilliant.
Let me tip. There we go. If I tip it that way, you'll be able to see. I've got the score in the perfect place. I've got the easel in the perfect place. I just used
You've got your little hinge as well.
My little hinge is in the top.
Double
there.
hinge on this one, actually, the way you designed it with the heart.
Absolutely. So this then opens up. That will score perfectly. There is the base of your easel card. So what we're going to do is, I'm just going to shift to, imagine I cut that out in black. The reason for that will become clear in a minute. So you cut yourself a heart like that. Then you're going to use your second die, which is like an inverted scallop as well. So you're going to cut yourself a heart and cut yourself another heart with the big die. So that will form your easel card, like that. So you just stick it on the bottom here. So just for speed, I'll just tack that there. So that tacks just there. So you've got 2 black hearts. There's your easel. Again, because you've got the dies, they're exactly matching as well. So your top and bottom. I wasn't sure where we are. So there you are. There's your easel, just there. Okay. So then you cut. You use your inner heart to cut yourself
slightly smaller,
a mat. Yeah. Just there. Then what I did. Oh. Now this is cut using your 2 creator card style dies. So you cut yourself another mat and then you cut your creator card styles as they come in the packet like that. Cut them and look at that. Beautiful. Wow. So that is one option. That's one look. Or the other look you can go for is this look.
This is why the concept is so clever. Having the decorative pieces in 2 pieces, 2 parts.
Really lovely. So for this one, you've cut that one there. And then what I did was I flipped my heart round. So I flipped it round and cut it again. Yeah. And that's the way you get this beautiful, beautiful filigree design. And the bonus of this is this piece. Now, I was talking to Katie, our floor manager, and Katie and I both think that that looks like a bleeding heart with a dagger going through it. Yeah. Oh, really lovely. And that's just the waste from the inside of your heart. So when you've got all of those, this is what you could do. So if you just use the mats, and don't use any of the decoration, any of those filigree dies, you could make a card like that. If you wanted to use the mats and layers and the filigree decoration, look at this one. So you've got your mats and layers. You have got your mats and layers with an overlay, but it still gets better because if you use just your overlay and cut it in, look at that. And look lacy design how beautiful that looks on the reverse. Yeah. That is going to be one of those cards that people are going to go, but how? Yeah. But how? And when you know how, they are super, super easy. So really the choice becomes, which of these designs do you love? Or do you love all of them? Yeah, all of them, please. All of them. Thank you very much. Especially when they're on such good quality and an amazing deal as well. And think of all the different types of card and paper you can cut with them as well. You've got your own card making factory. You have, and maybe you want to cut these out of parchment or vellum. Maybe you want to put the circles in vellum as well. These are going to look stunning, and I'm sure we've got loads of samples over there that you can inspire you. We'll have a look at these. Oh, imagine that white cardstock with white vellum and then stuck over. Oh yeah, cream cardstock, craft, black card. You know, you've got the concept now to create your own card blanks, your own easel card blanks and decorative easel cards. If you just want to get hold of the heart die on its own, you can do the one that we just demonstrated with. It's brilliant. It's got those 3 different looks with it. $19.99 plus delivery to get it now. 068657 to order that straight away.
And that's on the website or on the phone when you phone through 01733 60 2000, isn't it? Yeah. Sorry, I was doing craft price drop earlier. And then the timepiece, very, very popular on its own. That's the timepiece design with the shield background, 456 899, and that's got the cogs as well. Look at this. Fiona has just delved into the finished samples for me to show you one with parchment paper as well. Isn't that lovely? So we'll see that in greater detail later, and another few designs as well to boot. That is in the complete bundle of 4 that you'll be able to make that card, and all the others. I'll leave that there. But details are on the screen for your first option at the moment, which is the heart design and the timepiece design. So both popular individually, both in a pair. You can get them for saving £5 if you fancy. They're lovely sized dies as well. You've got your scoring bar in there also. So they're available now. Your item number to order is on the top left-hand side of your screen. The other deal is on the other side. You've got the butterfly design and the floral design. Difficult to choose because the butterfly has this lovely card blank design here, but then the floral has that lovely sort of rick-rack style around the edge, and then you've got the florals on the inside. So both available now, £5 off, making them just $34.98 for the pair. What most people are going for is they're taking their £5 saving there, they're taking their £5 saving there, saying thank you very much, they're carrying those prices forward and then getting an additional £9.99 off. But that's not all, because a lot of buyers are Freedom members, so they're getting an extra £6-ish off, making it £53.97, including delivery. And we can give you flexi options on that as well. To spread the cost, it's just £26.99 today, and then £26.99 again next month, and then you've got all 4 designs winging their way to you in the next few days' time. 10% of the stock already gone on the complete collection. So thank you for the information there, Meg. That's lovely to know. Really good. Look at this on the butterfly frame. Isn't that lovely? With acetate making it look like you've got the butterfly in flight there as well. You've then got the ability to back it, but then get going with your glitter, glitters and embossing powders, maybe with your pens, and the potential to not make it an easel card if you don't want to. There's no need to use these as easel cards all the time. That could literally just be a card blank. Also, using it as a card blank, a flat card blank non-easel with butterflies, or just use it as a frame on the outside, so that would be just a plain card blank on the outside, no butterflies inside, or use it as an easel plain card but minus the butterflies, so you're just using that to create your card blanks. So would you like to create an outside edge, just a blank card in that shape? This lovely rick-rack style circular shape with your florals. That could have the florals on it, but it doesn't have to. That could just be a plain card on its own, just like that. That's how it could look if you want. Or would you like to get the heart as well? Again, with that wonderful outside edge, that decorative scalloped outside edge, and with those stunning swirling florals on the inside. The shield outside edge here, perfect excuse to use, in this case, your gilding waxes, but you could easily get your metallic pens or pencils on there to really bring those cogs to life. But how different is that card to some of the others that have the same die blanks used? I mean, look, taking the shield outside edge, which we're calling the timepiece option, but then working it with maybe some other dies that you've got within this collection, or some other stamps and dies that you've got. So mix and match. That sort of shape on there, if there's anything in the crafty stash that works. I mean, the heart design, look at how different these two are as well. I love this. Opposites attract, where you've got the heart design here in the easel. Let me just see about that. I'll just see about opening that up another time, just in case it is. I don't want to fight with it and break it. But it is an easel card. It will open. I think the glue's caught. But that's a wonderful card with love and the gilding waxes on it. But then have a look at how different it is from that black card there with the lovely silvers. Have a look at how different it is then to seeing it there with the florals and the craft card as well. So opening that up as an easel. you've got the display and the pomp and circumstance of having an easel card. And there's the other one that Fiona's just helped me with it. It was caught and I didn't want to break the bow, so that's my excuse. Or maybe I'm just rubbish. I don't know. Thank you, Fiona, for rescuing me there. So you've got 4 different designs here within the bundle, and it's available on a flexi buy payment of just £26.99 to get all 4. They're wonderful card blanks to be able to make, with or without the decorations on them. You're getting so much here with 29 dies in total. Everything you need, including the scoring bar, the ability to make a frame, use the decoration, or maybe even just cut the frame on its own if you just want. Let me show you one of them without holding you up too much. Let me show you one of the die sets. This is the floral now, the floral easel. You can do this with all of them. Use the very outside one and use the one just inside there, and you've cut yourself a very delicate single frame. And you could do that with the heart if you want. Same idea. You just take the 2 outside edge cutters and use them on their own, and you've got yourself the most delicate of frames to use. And then the waist you can use as well. Your item number to get the complete collection now, because that's where you all are, is an amazing 231732. It's an incredible deal, and you'll save £6 even on top of that if you're a Freedom member, getting that for a flexi buy payment spread across 2 months. You can split the cost on your flexi buy here for just £26.99 twice, gets you the whole thing. Essential card, you need this really if you're going to be making your own cards and creating your own decorative easel cards and card blanks. You've got your matte black card, the craft card, the Centura Pearl Snow White, and also the hint of silver or the hint of gold within that. Busy for the essential Centura Pearl this hour. Interesting. It is all good quality cardstock, that. So 192649, your item number for your Centura Pearl Snow White, hint of silver. That's your item number for the hint of silver. Very luxurious. Bottom of the screen for your hint of gold. So Fiona, yeah, you've got the lovely butterfly design.
I have, yeah. I mean, this is just gorgeous. But just look, take a moment to have a look at this frame on its own right. That is a perfect frame. That is an absolutely perfect frame. So again, I'm going to take the larger of the 2 frames first, and the scoring line, the scoring tool. And of course, the scoring tools are all different lengths depending on the die. So do keep them together. We're going to do exactly the same again. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this down until it's just hanging over the top, and I've got my 6x6 square card just there. So when I've got it in the position I want, I'm going to use my tape to actually pop that down. So there's my tape, and then I'm going to take the scoring tool and make sure the slightly raised edge is to the cardstock, and I'm going to put that down to where it just touches the outside edge, which on this one is nice and easy because you can kind of see. But for something like the shield shape, the timepiece shape, which we're going to do in a minute, it's really useful to know that that's the way you find the perfect spot. So that's ready to go. And again, this is going to cut my base in one fell swoop. I thought what I would do after that is I've already cut out one of my mats, so I'm going to show you how we turn that into a frame using the 2 dies, and then we'll cut the pretty bits, because if I was sitting at home, that would be the bit I'd want to see.
Yeah. See the quality
the pretty
of
bits, Fiona.
Yeah.
Do you know, I would love it, and I was saying to folks on my Facebook page earlier on Fiona Clayton Crafter's Companion, that if you have got this one from the launch, and if you have made any cards with it, I would love to see pictures, wouldn't you, Matt?
Definitely. We've seen these very rarely these days. In fact, we think it's the first time since the launch, isn't it? February.
I'm pretty sure it is, absolutely.
Yeah. So you've had a good time to play with them. So if you got these on the launch back in February on the Crafters Companion's 2nd anniversary joining Hochanda, let us know. So email in any pictures, studio@hochanda.com or Facebook. So
there is my perfect score line. And then if I take this off and pop that to one side, here, look, there is my card, blank and easel done in one pass through with my perfect score line.
See, Fiona, even without the decorative elements, you pay a lot of money for ready-made card blanks.
You do, you really do. So this, we'll pop that to one side for now, and I'm going to take this piece. Now you can see that I cut that out using the outside edge. There we go. But if you take the small one and put it in. It will nest inside perfectly, and again we're just going to use my tape to keep that in place, and you can get a really fine little bar. Now I will take that one off because obviously I've cut it and I don't want to wedge that die in. So what we're going to do is we're just going to even this one up.
So just do it by eye, really?
Yeah, I'm doing it by eye now, because I've got the shape underneath. There we go. That's it. That's about right. I can see where I'm going there. Yeah.
I'm glad you're showing it with this lovely butterfly design, because I held up the round, the circular floral when we were over there, and showed it, and also the heart, the sort of lovely rick-rack style going around the heart, and just to prove you can do it with all of them. You can get this delicate frame with all four dies.
And it looks really, it's that lovely finishing touch. Yeah. And again, it's about the thought that goes into these die sets when our designer's doing them, which it's worth mentioning, all of these are designed in-house. So these are ones that you can make and sell to your heart's content, so long as they're handmade. But imagine if that was your stall. Imagine if the display I've got over there was your craft stall. I would guarantee you will have people stopping by. And when you realise how quickly and easily these can be made, there is your frame.
Lovely frame.
Really fine frame. And what I'm going to do now is cut the pretty bit.
Okay.
So, whilst we've got that there.
You can get that delicate frame with all four of the designs today. Lovely heart shape, lovely circle.
And it is a beautiful, beautiful design. So you'll see again, these nestle in. Now this is the way I would do it at home. I would always cut my mat first and then cut my dies. So we're going to pop these just there.
Something for all budgets today, £19.99 plus delivery, just for the heart butterfly, just for the butterfly frame on its own. If you are after the heart, maybe I'm thinking about my favourite here, because the shield's pretty cool, the timepiece is cool as well. But you've got the heart design, the butterfly, the timepiece, and the floral. Just to get the heart on its own, or the butterfly on its own, it's up to you, for £19.99 plus delivery. However, you could get all four of them for £59.97, so you're saving £5 on each pair, plus you're saving £9.99 when you're getting all four together, and then you're saving even more, £6 off again if you're a Freedom member when you get these on Freedom. So Freedom Flexi, spread that cost over 2 months.
Oh my word, look at this. This is looking gorgeous. I was going to emboss it, but because I want to get through at least one more demonstration, what I'm going to do is just release this. Now I always do this, I release the middle piece first, because that's the piece, these designs are incredibly delicate, and if you release this middle piece first, you will find the rest of it. So there's a middle piece, and then you can take your paper and designs away. Now you do need to be a wee bit careful with the butterfly, and I'll tell you why. Because the butterfly wings are dimensional, they pop forward. So when you're doing this, just take a bit of time just to poke those butterfly wings forward with either your pokey tool or with your little brush, just to release them, because they are gorgeous, and you wouldn't want to leave the wings behind, would you? That would be sad.
No.
So just ease it out of your die. Here we go. So I'm just easing this out of the die. No, I haven't embossed this one because I didn't need to, to be fair. So all I'm doing is just easing this out.
And these being two separate dies as well, so you're locking these together, so bear that in mind when you're working with. Our brush has been very handy here indeed.
It has. So what I'm doing now is just poking through to make sure. You'll notice I am taking my time with this one, because I want to not leave my butterfly wingless, because that would be sad, wouldn't it? That would be so sad if I did that. So
there's always a way around it.
Just take your time. What I could do with this die is I could have wiped it over with tumble dryer sheet, just to get that to release a tiny bit more easily.
Is that something then? You learn your dies, don't you? You know which ones are really intricate, you know which ones to use your metal shim with, you know which ones to think, right, I'm going to give that an extra dust, you know. Yeah, absolutely. And it's fine, and I know I'm being cautious, and the reason I'm being cautious is because I know I can be really gung-ho from time to time, and I don't want to do that, because it's really pretty, so it's worth me just taking a moment
to release it properly.
Might I say also, Fiona, yes, you're being cautious, but also you're aware you're on live TV, so you're doing it a bit quicker than you might do at home as well. So you're thinking, right, you know, so more haste, less speed as well. When you're at home, you can really take your time with it.
So what I'm going to do is just release this out of the die. Let me take that one off first. Here we go. So let's take this one. Here we go. Let me get rid of one piece of the metal. Yeah, absolutely. It's because I was trying to balance one piece of metal at the same time. That makes life a lot easier, doesn't it? So there we are. There's that one. And then I just need to release my butterfly.
You can use that flipped over just as a frame as well. So you don't even need all the elements. So what you do is you cut once and then flip your card. So you're not flipping your die, or flip the die around and then you've got the frame. So that side and then the other side to make that a complete frame there. And that's been done on quite a few designs, actually. It's not always the decorative elements that you're looking at. You know, you've got your floral round here. That's one of our lovely samples here with the gorgeous flowers. That cuts a plain round, if you like, as well, because you've got that plain rickrack style. You've then got, if you wanted to, you've got the butterfly design, but just cut as a frame as well. My eyes are not being able to read that. Yes, there we go. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I can read that. But then you've just got the decorative elements placed on there, but you've not used the frame. So if I can hold them both together, you'll see there, with and without, with the decoration and without. So it's all the different looks that you have. You can see, look, from the back, you can see how delicate that is. Sorry, Fiona, because I know you want to show us that. But look at that, from the back, you see how delicate it is.
Isn't it great?
It's all so beautiful.
I mean, they are just stunning. And, of course, you get the extra butterflies. But this was why I was taking my time. Look at the dimension that you can get in that butterfly. That is beautiful.
Yes.
So that is worth taking a few moments to make sure that you retain that dimension on your die. Okay, so we're going to bring these forward.
Okay,
and we'll put a quick card together so you can see how the various elements go together. So what I did was I cut myself a large mat out of silver and a smaller one out of the pink.
Yeah.
And where that is folded, how that is going to sit is just there. So I've just put tape below the score line. That is then going to sit just there. Then this piece here. Oh, I'm just determined to throw things around
Should
today.
that be in three pieces? I'm just joking. Yeah,
here we go. Now, you're going to want to stick this on. Now, the easiest way of doing this is to, what I'm doing is putting a little piece of torn card, poking my butterfly wings forward, and just slipping a little piece of torn card behind the wings to protect the wings, because I want those still to pop forward.
Right, yeah, the glue, you do not want that to attach itself.
Yeah, so you don't want that to attach itself, but I do want everything else to attach itself.
Oh, your stick and sprays, yeah, these are on the show as well.
They are.
In a trio, you've got your stick and stay.
These are great
permanent.
for this. So this is a permanent one.
You've got your stick and spray, which is temporary, good for mounting your rubber stamps onto rocker blocks, things like that, good for fixing stencils into place temporarily. Stick and stay, which is the permanent one we're using, that's good for your permanent stick down.
There you go.
And then the stick away, good for clean-up operations, gilding wax off glass mats, that kind of thing as well. So you get all three for £19.97 plus delivery. You might need to stock up, 229745.
Okay, so I've given that a few moments to allow the propellant just to disappear. I'm going to take out my pieces of card, and what they've done is protect my card so that when I stick this down, those butterfly wings at the bottom are still going to pop forward, and you're not going to get
so they're not stickier.
Any glue, because the wings, isn't that pretty?
Yes, so nice.
So pretty. And then we've just got to decorate the inside. And to decorate the inside, what I've done is I've done exactly the same as I did on the outside. And just pop myself, but just cut it in half. So that is going to sit just there. And then we've got a couple of bits of our little foam pads. There we go. That is going to sit just there. And then I've got a little bow which is going to sit on the top, and then we're going to finish off the outside. What I've done is taken that butterfly die which is coming with it, and we're just going to stick these onto the centre. So that is going to sit just there.
Again, the trusty tape pen, wouldn't we rent out them? 3 for £9.99.
Love them, absolutely love them. That will sit there. I've got my happy birthday, which is going to sit just there. And we've got another butterfly, which is just going to perch on the edge, just there. That is a really pretty birthday card, which is going to fold flat to go in the post. But look at the impact that makes.
Yeah.
I think they're so gorgeous, I really do.
Do you know, that's the word, isn't it, Fiona? Impact. That's the impact. They are impactful. There's a story, there's a moment when you give an easel card and when you open it up, there is a moment the way it stands and the way it presents itself and the way you can display them at home as well. There's a reason why our whole display area is looking so lovely, and your stall with a free angel policy could be looking just as lovely too. Are you a Freedom member yet? We really hope you are, because it would help, because you save £6 on this offer when you purchase it now, because you've got your 10% off with a Freedom membership. And £6.97 a month is all you're spending to be a Freedom member. So make the saving now, because you're also saving on your delivery costs, because you get unlimited standard delivery. So with a £6 discount extra as a Freedom member, and with your delivery taken care of, it's a Freedom Why Not deal. Why not pay £6.97 this month to join Freedom for the month, and then you save more than that just on this one purchase alone, not to mention everything else you're ordering throughout the rest of the month that you're a member. And it is a monthly thing, so you join, you pay for a month, you get a month's membership. It's a full month that you get, and you can cancel at any time as a Freedom member as well. You don't need to stay. Look at this, you know, I mean, wow. I've got lots of cards I can hold up, but I don't even need to use my hands at the moment. I can be, you know, we've got so many to see. But before we do that, have a look at each pair. You've got your timepiece, and you've got the heart design here, both available as a pair for $39.98. That's normally $19.99 a die set, and very well worth it when you see all the elements in there. $19.99 all day long. Lovely, lovely set of dies, that. However, you're saving £5 on the pair when you get them today. The other pair is, again, a wonderful butterfly design there in the frame, and then you've got your floral over here. So 2 die sets, normally $19.99, and all day long, a lovely, lovely design that. So $19.99 a die set. For the pair, that would normally be $39.97, $39.98 rather. Saving £5 makes them $34.98. So there is an option to get all 4. Remember, you've saved your £5 here, and you've saved your £5 here. Take those savings forward, okay? You're still getting those, technically, because the saving price is the one that we've taken forward to get your usual price over here, $69.96. But then, what we've done for a special bonus price of getting all 4 is knock another $9.99 off, making them $59.97. But then, we say, why not save 10% extra by becoming a Freedom member, and you can save being a Freedom member and saving on your delivery. It means that you'll be saving big time and getting the whole set for just $53.97 today. That's 4 separate die sets for $53.97. You can split the cost if you want, and you can split it in half. So we're in May at the moment, aren't we? Yeah, so this May, today, you'll pay $26.99, and then next month in June, you'll pay the same amount, but you'll get all 4 die sets. That's amazing, isn't it? $26.99 today for all 4. And then that's the first one of 2 payments. And the cards that are just in the studio for us, Fiona was right on the button earlier. She said, imagine with a free angel policy, your stall at the craft fair looking like this, being able to lay out all of these cards here. So, for example, you've got 4 different base card looks, because you've got the shield there that you're looking at for the timepiece design. You've got the heart with that wonderful scalloped or rickrack style edge for your heart. Again, that similar woven edge for your florals, but in the round. And then the frame here for your butterfly. So imagine all the card blanks as just that, blanks. If I hold this, oh, and look at these as well. Oh my goodness. You know, the floral in the circle, the butterfly in the frame. You know, every single card is just to stop and stare at and stop and enjoy. They're so lovely. So all of these examples, over a quarter gone as well. Over a quarter of the stock gone on the complete collection of all 4. This is good. This is our first hour today with it. Myself and Fiona are back later on at 4 p.m. this afternoon, but right now the first hour, so only with 35 minutes in, you've done well to tune in for the first show of the day. We're going to hold this card just back to front for a second, because in black card, I want to hold it back to front because I want to imagine this as a plain card blank. So you can cut plain card blanks if you want, ready to craft, ready to decorate at home. And we know what we would pay for a pack of 10 or a pack of 5 or a pack of 20 card blanks. We all probably started there when we started out crafting. That's one starting point for us. But here, you're making that card blank, and you've also got the option to add the decoration to it at any time when you're crafting your cards. So you can have lots and lots of card blanks ready to go, just like this one with the butterfly frame. So you can see it in the black card as we just saw, and now you can see it in the craft card now, with a background or leaving that open for all to enjoy. The round card, I'm just going to show one as a floral, the round shape. Here on a triple floral. This is an amazing example here where each one of those could be a little photo frame. 3 grandchildren or 3 children or 2 children and then a group photo in the middle. That could be a lovely piece of home decor on the side cabinet at home. But have a look at that. With the flowers, it works, but just as an outside cutting edge, so not using any of the decoration of the flowers in the die set, but adding your own die cut or paper flowers, working with other dies that you've got in your collection and making an easel card here. So it's up to you whether you leave them as plain outside edges, whether you just cut the frame, whether you add the decoration, or if you just use the decorative frame. It's up to you. Not surprised, we're approaching 30% of the stock gone now. You can also make card box lids or card toppers, easel cards or normal cards or card blanks ready to craft at any time. The choices are great with this. That's why so many people are jumping on the offer. It's not just a one-trick pony, it's a many tricks pony. It's a good one, this. 231732 is your item number to order. And you are getting 29 dies in total. Absolutely everything you need to make your easel cards in your collection now. And the best thing is, as a Freedom member, it's on FlexiBuy. To order it now, it's just £26.99 plus delivery. And you get everything as well. Absolutely everything you need to make your cards today. Go for it on the website, hochanda.com, or order on the phone right now. Now the metallic card back, Fiona. So many people have missed out on this one. We've sold out on them before, haven't we?
Do you know, they're lovely, because what you've got here is you've got a heavyweight cardstock. If I start with the precious gold, you have got a heavyweight cardstock. You are getting 36 sheets. Look at this. Look at that shine there. You've got rose gold, green gold, you've got 18 karat gold, which I think we call solar gold, in fact, and a real buttery gold as well. But your cards are going to look absolutely outstanding. So that's the precious gold. Yeah, precious gold. 36 sheets. Details on the screen at the moment for them. £2 off, making them £17.98. 36 sheets, so you get 9 of each colour. But you've also got the precious metals over here, and again you are getting all of these colours that we're holding up for you in the pack for you. I hadn't realised we were doing it as double pack. Yeah. Wow, double pack. Wow, with the saving as well. That's 72 sheets. Yeah, 72 in total. Imagine the cards you could make out of this straight away. Yeah, so 9 of this colour, 9 of that colour, 9 of that, 9 of the copper, and then 9 of each colour that you've just held up, Fiona. Oh, wow. Yeah, all 8 colours, 9 of each, and 2 packs of 36. It's a great deal. 72 pieces of card for £17.98 plus delivery. 505880. Just to give it a wiggle and to give it a shine, it just brings it to life. Yeah, really gorgeous. In real life, it's even nicer. So order now, don't miss out. On the website, hochanda.com, you've got the different extras that you are well wanting to add to your order, I'm sure. You've got your 3 foams, you've got your ultra clear tape as well, the red liner tape as it's lovingly known. You've got your foam rolls. You've also got the tape runner pens that are £9.99 for 3, 22 metres on each one, and that's ultra strong permanent glue tape. And then you've got your gilding waxes as well from Pebeo. You've got things like your spray and sparkle. We've got that at home, we like it. And then all your essentials like your glues included. So have a look at hochanda.com, add to your order. If there's any Crafter's Companion essential that you're thinking, oh yeah, have a look on there and pop it into your basket at the same time. So Fiona, now I love this one. This one is called the timepiece, but I think this is a shield. And once you've got a shield, you have got things like, you could do armorial ones, you could do well done, you could do congratulations, you could do winner. So I'm taking my outer shield, and the bar. Now this is where these become really, really useful. Now I want my top bit, my hinge is going to be that top bit. So again, what I'm doing is I'm just popping that down so that the hinge, can you see, that bit is not on the card, but the rest of it is going to cut away. So the first thing you're going to do, and again, I'm using a 6x6 card blank. You can cut these, you can cut all of these dies with the Gemini Junior as well. And in fact, when I had the easel cards on a show most recently, that's what I was doing. Now look, can you see? It's not touching there, so all I'm going to do is to take this down, and this is where this idea of moving this down, the reason we didn't make that joined is because it gives you more versatility with the die, because of course then you can use it for frames, you can use it just to cut out your basic shapes. If we'd put that bar in, you might not want to use it. You might want to just cut a simple card shape, and then you wouldn't want a score line across your pretty card. So there you go, that's in, and what we're going to do is just again run this through the machine. So that is going to pop there. There we go, run through.
It's on the way.
It is indeed. So that will run through just there.
Gemini nice and speedy.
Yeah, I mean, it really is, but isn't it funny? I'm so used to using the Gemini now that I sit there going, oh, I should have brought my smaller plates in because it would have been quicker, you know, quicker than 18 seconds. Extraordinary, huh?
Yeah.
So here we go. I'm just taking my tape off my shield and off the bar, and you'll notice that I actually popped it to the actual mat as well, so that it stayed exactly where I wanted it. There is that score line. Yep. Absolutely fine. And at the same time, fingers crossed. Oh yes, look at that. It's
gone through it like butter.
It really has. So there we go. So there is my card blank done and dusted. So what you can do, how much time have we got?
Oh, about 12 minutes or so.
Okay, well in that case what I'm going to do, can you see, so there is the beginning of your card base, just there, and what I'm going to do is cut myself, in fact I want a card blank, so but I might as well cut myself a frame at the same time.
So you are going to do both.
So yeah, I'm going to do both of them together, and then we're going to show you how that would fit together. And that is going to go there. And that goes through.
And this is one die set of 4 that we've got on today's show. They come in pairs, but the saving, really big saving, is in getting all 4 together. Each pair's got £5 off, but when you get all 4 together, you get an additional £9.99 saving, and then there's a freedom price on the big bundle of 4 as well.
Okay, so then when I take this off, let's poke that bit out first. There is your frame. Oh, a bit thicker on one side than it is on the other, but not to fret.
That's
Looks quite nice.
Drop shadow.
Drop shadow. Oh,
like
there we go. So, and then I've got my mat and there, which might be the mat and there for underneath my designs, or I would use that to cut the design. So what you can do, if I then pop this here, so that goes there. What you would do with your bigger one, they are just amazing. You stick the bottom part, so you're going to stick the bottom of this to that part there, so that will create your easel, which will fold flat, so that pops on there like that. Then I cut a smaller frame in the black. There we go.
That's what we cut there. That's the
smaller one that I cut there. So those two are the same size. But I want you to see these overlays.
Yeah, the detail on these.
They are just incredible. And in this set, you not only get these timepiece overlays, but I'm going to bring this in so that you can see. You're also getting the cogs as well, and you are getting the little hand, so you can set the timepiece whichever way you want. So if you pop your mat through with these 2 pieces on, so that piece and that piece, and take those away.
Making good sense, yeah.
What you're going to get is, now look at the detail here. You have got
the numbers,
all the
hands,
numbers around here. You've got the hands, which you can position wherever you want because you get those. You've got the chain on the cog. You've even got the little crenellations around these cogs. The detail on these is extraordinary. And if you didn't want that, what you could also do is cut that other simpler one twice, and you're going to get a look like that. Now, I love that. I think that's a perfect frame. Perfect for retirement cards, maybe, whatever you want. So
time flies, seize the day, you know.
Indeed.
Yeah.
But look at these. This is what I mean. So if you just use the maps and layers, there's nothing on there which says mail or timepiece or gothic.
No.
What you've got is a beautiful card which would be great for congratulations or well done. Maybe you've got a friend who's been going to one of those slimming clubs who's just achieved a target or needs a bit of encouragement. Wouldn't that be a nice idea to do something like that? But if you want to use them together, look at this.
Oh, look at that.
Look at the cogs on there. This is the thing. So you've used the frame on the inside, just there, with all the little extra cogs.
There they are, those
and
cogs.
then we've used it on the outside as well, just over a background. Or if you want to do something really spectacular, look at this. This
all
is
in their own way,
absolutely extraordinary.
I get that.
Do you know, I really wish I was ambidextrous. That word.
Ambidextrous.
Ambidextrous. Look at that. I love that. Isn't that great? You've got a little bit of netting just here, which gives it that real delicate touch. And then if I turn this round, look at that detail.
It's amazing.
Absolutely extraordinary. And again, that is going to fold absolutely flat, apart from your embellishments, of course, to pop in the post. It's a great way of having a wow factor without having to make a box necessarily to post something to someone.
It is a wow factor, and that's just one of the designs today in the group of 4 that you're getting with your savings as well. So, you know, if you're getting all that versatility just from one die set, and even then, that's not it. That's not the end of the story. There is so much more that you can do as well. We asked for photos, didn't we, Fiona? And Anne has emailed in. Anne, oh, thank you so much. Anne from Norway. These are from Norway. Thank you to the internet. She's got these dies and she absolutely loves them. Thank you, Anne, for taking the trouble. That's the butterfly frame there. And this is another one as well.
Oh, that's stunning.
Oh, that's not, look how she's used the pearls as a stopper on that.
Really beautiful.
So she's used the bar to you've got the fold on the middle of that butterfly frame there. That's how that works. And then you've got the easel with the lovely, and then we've got one more picture to show you as well. And then, look at that, adding your own, like resin flowers or paper flowers, you know, die-cut flowers. They are all 3 beautiful, Anne. Anne in Norway, thank you. They're lovely.
Oh, isn't it nice to know we've got people internationally in Norway? Fantastic.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'd say thank you very much in Norwegian, but I don't know any. So, once somebody turned my phone into Norwegian and I couldn't change it back for it to take it to the shop.
No.
Yeah. Right, we got lots of examples to see here.
So, if you have a look here, what we've got here in this first collection, so this is a duo, if this is just what you want to go for, and you can go for just those 2 with a £5 saving. But look at the kinds of cards that you can be making. You know, and the thing is, you're going to get a completely different look depending on how you work with it. Adore these beautiful. Now look at that with the maps and hearts. That looks completely different, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Completely
with the heart.
different.
I mean, look at this. Shift up the colourways, go for some Centura Pearl and some pink card, and then all of a sudden, such a different vibe to it. You know, 1 minute ago, your heart belonged in Paris. Now it belongs in a lovely floral garden. Now you've got your lovely timepiece design there with the shields design and the decorative dies adding to it. That's a nice one.
I love this one because it is so different. So different, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you can really change the look of these. Absolutely gorgeous.
To get hold of these 2 die sets, you're saving £5. Your details are on the screen right now, and that's the wonderful timepiece and also the heart, both easel designs. Then you've got the other 2 die sets here. You might have to rely me to pass these over as well, Fiona, but you've got the floral here and then the butterfly frame, which Anne just sent in a picture of. There's the butterfly frame. Look at this.
I borrowed that one from Sarah.
This is a good example.
So lovely, isn't it?
This is a
very
very good
nice.
As showing like a photo frame or a scrapbook, that doesn't even need to be an easel card. That could be a decorative photo in a scrapbook or on a scrapbook page easily. Notice how you've got innovative innovative ways of using your dies and your stoppers as well. And then you've then got the craft card there, just with the wonderful backdrop of the butterflies. And then in the glitter card, that's working. Oh, sorry, Fiona, I just grabbed that. And then look at this go. As well, again, using your die-cut flowers as a stopper there in the front. The decoration on these...
Aren't they lovely? Absolutely gorgeous. And of course, if you can't make a decision like I would be at home, or you're just sitting there going, oh, I want them all, it's a great time to get it, isn't it? Because you're getting the £5 saving on the first collection, the £5 saving on the other, and then a further collection if you go for further saving if you go for the whole one.
You are indeed. Those prices are carried forward. So you've already saved your £5 here, you've saved your £5 here. Those saving prices are then carried forward, and an extra £9.99. You can see it on the side of your screen there, £9.99 off further, and then an extra £6, that's 10% off, making it just £53 and 90-something pennies. And then you can split the cost into two because you're a Freedom member and you're getting Flexi Freedom there as well. So for well under £30 today, this is lovely in the glitter
Isn't that? But I love these stoppers, don't you?
Yeah.
Really nice. And they're the extra dies which you're getting in with that scallop set as well. So just beautiful.
Look at these, the number of cards that we can hold next to each other on this collection, that just looks so different. If you're making to sell, it's a free angel policy as well on everything that you're making. So honestly, make and sell as many as you can with that available angel policy, and enjoy your card blanks. You know, make up your card blanks first, then get decorating them. But because you've got so many different ways of combining your dies, you can make so many different coordinations of these cards. You've got all of that inspiration once they come to you.
I handed you that one because that's not an easel card, Matt.
Yes.
That's just an ordinary card. So remember, you can also be doing your ordinary everyday cards just by using those card blanks as well. They are just stunning. Every single one of these is just perfect.
Yeah.
I love that one with the little bit of parchment in the background. Isn't it lovely? Yeah. So parch a circle, cut it out with your dies, and then use that simpler frame just to frame your beautiful parchment. And I'm pretty sure that that is a Barbara Gray parchment piece. Pretty sure.
Yeah, I recognise it.
Gorgeous,
I recognise it well. This is a tip of the iceberg of what you can make here. A third of that complete collection is already gone. Over a third of the stock now. After just 1 hour today. So it has been very busy today. Yes, you've got your pairs. Yes, you've got your individuals. But to get the whole collection, you are making that saving. Just to reiterate, you're saving £5 here on these two. You're saving £5 on these two dies as well. And then with those saving prices, carry those saving prices forward to save a further £9.99 to make it £59.97, even if you're not with Freedom. And then if you are with Freedom, you can knock an extra £6 off that. And then after that, you can even split it into two. So for £53.97, you have all of the die designs today. All of them will be sent to you for that price on screen, £53.97. If you'd like to spread the cost, you can do for way under £30. You can spread the cost over 2 months and have all 4 die sets.
And they are just beautiful. Every single one of these is completely different. Now, these shield ones and the timepiece ones, I just think are perfect. Look at that one on your retirement, a perfect timepiece card. I think this, the one I'm going to hand you next, has got shades of that well-known wizarding character. Yes. I don't know what it is about it, but that's what it reminds me of. So if you happen to have someone in your family who likes that well-known wizarding character, you could have that, because that reminds me of the big clock in the tower at the school.
Yes, yes.
For you?
We know the one you mean.
Yeah, indeed. We all know which one I'm talking about, I'm sure.
Absolutely. So looking at the decoration on these too, and also the whole concept that you don't have to always cut exactly the same card.
That's
exactly
right.
the same time. You know, oh, look at this in the yellow.
I mean, this is just a complete wow of colour.
Yeah.
It really is. But it just goes to show what you can do. If you let your imagination run riot, you can just go absolutely crackers. And do you know what? I have buried everything back here.
We have.
I just wanted to show you that one, because look at that. If you want delicate...
Ooh, yeah, look at the frame on this.
That is just gorgeous, isn't it?
It's so sweet.
And there is that little thin frame that we were talking about earlier, done with the 2 hearts.
Just there, isn't it
So
lovely?
pretty.
Could be a little photo, put a passport photo
lovely.
of 2 people on that. But yeah, if you're making card toppers, if you're making normal cards, they don't have to be easel cards. We've shown a couple that are normal cards, or a top to a box as well with a matching card on the inside. There's no need to always cut an easel card, and you're cutting so many different methods as well. We've made a complete mess here, Fiona. We will tidy up.
Now and forth.
I'll do it. It's my fault, honestly. £53.97 today, including your delivery, gets you everything. If you want to spread the cost, you can do for well under £30 today. You've got all 4 die designs. We'll see you at 4, Fiona. Bye. Yes, stay tuned. We've got our Crafts Companion One Day special with Catherine presenting with Sarah next. We've got clay crafting with Katie C Designs in an hour. And just after that, in 2 hours, it's a fabric affair.
Crafter's Companion watercolour card is ideal to use with all water-based colouring mediums. The smooth professional grade 300 GSM card gives a high quality finish with pencils, paints, distress inks and more. Consisting of 60 A4 sheets, this pack makes the ideal addition to your craft stash. To stock up, check out hochanda.com.
Hi, I'm Lucy from Sweet Poppy Stencils, the Craft Station Limited. We're a craft retailer and we specialise in stainless steel stencils. Our stencils are manufactured in metal. This allows us to have designs that are intricate. We also have new products coming on board, our craft bonds, our pole drops and our acrylic paints are joining us. We've recently joined Hochanda and we're really excited. This allows us to demonstrate and show our products. We know customers like seeing the demonstrations, so make sure you tune in and don't miss the Sweet Poppy shows on Hochanda.
From 6 p.m. on Thursday the 24th of May until 6 p.m. on Tuesday the 29th of May, we'll be giving away thousands of pounds worth of bonus items, our bank holiday bonus gift to you. Every live hour there will be at least one product that will include a bonus item. During the event we'll be joined by many of your crafting favourites: Crafter's Companion, Creative Expressions, Imagination Crafts, Crafts 2, Craft Buddy, Sixpenny Memories, The Mill Shop Online, Sweet Poppy Stencils, Daisy and Grace, and many more, so make sure you tune in. You don't need to do anything extra, just simply purchase that product and your bonus item will be sent automatically with your order. So don't forget to tune in on the 24th of May at 6 p.m. for our bank holiday bonus.
Good afternoon and welcome to another incredible one-day special show. Now, this Crafters Companion show has been hugely popular. Of course it has been. And we've got a really exciting deal. Sort of double deals going on today. So a really great one-day special. So let's talk you through what we've got here first. We've got these 6 brand new embossing folders. So what you're seeing here is little made up templates with the embossing folders being used on them, so you can really see that pattern, because obviously it's easier when we pick them out in colour. So these are the patterns for you, and of course you've got some where you've got little apertures almost in the centre, you've got some with big bold central designs, you've got some with elements you could use separately, some that will create backgrounds. This is a really comprehensive set, and what I would say is if you've not used embossing folders before, or if you're quite new to it, this would be a really great starter set. Absolutely a wonderful starter set, because you've got so many elements in here. You know, they've been grouped together on purpose so that you've got a real variety here. And those of you who have been embossing for a long time too will know that these will be fantastic additions to your collections. Now, you are, of course, getting a really incredible one-day special price today. You're actually saving £7 by buying them all together in this bundle. So £34.94, you're saving £7, and that ends tonight. At the last show, we've got the last show, the final call, at 5 o'clock, so at 6 p.m. This one-day special deal is not available anymore. So, you know, we're getting towards the end of it now. So this is the one-day special. Now, just remember the £7 saving on that, because we also have a stamp set for you as well. A collection of stamps. You're actually getting, I think it's 33 stamps in total. If I just hold them up here as well, you can see that you have these ready to cut and use. So, on their own, these are £9.98, and if you want to go ahead and buy them on their own, you are more than welcome. They are available today, £9.98 for 33 stamps, and there's sentiment stamps here. However, we do have a special deal for you today. If you buy the complete bundle, the 6 embossing folders and the stamps, 33 stamps, you can get them all for £44.92. But one of the best things about buying them as a bundle is that we've also got Flexi Buy on this as well. So you can, you've got your Freedom deal, £40, $43 as well, and you can get this as a Flexi Buy of 2 instalments as well. Now, remember, you're still getting that £7 saving as well, and if you're a Freedom member, you're getting a Freedom discount. So £20, 22 pence, 2 payments of that if you like. And now we'll welcome Sarah to us as well.
You've got Sarah with the sexy husky voice going on today. Just to warn you, I'm 100% fine. Don't feel sorry for me. I'm not poorly. I've just talked too much. Well, those of you who know me will not be surprised to hear that.
Do you know what would be terrible if you had to do it for a job? Yeah?
That'd be a killer.
So, tell us about this, Sarah.
Do you want me to bring these up so you can have a good look up close at the designs? The thing is, and it's great to work with, this is the first time we've worked together, it's great to work with someone new, because you might not have seen 3D folders before. No. So you're sat there thinking, well, what's 3D about them? Exactly. And I think it's when you start and look into the design. So, for example, look here. Gorgeous. In that hat, can you see that some of those swirls look like they're in the background? Yeah. And some of them look like they're layered up on top. Yeah, absolutely. You can actually see it better in this coloured version. The actual flowers of the leaves, they're sculpted as opposed to just being a straight raised edge. And that is what 3D embossing gives you. It's a totally new technique. Look at this one. Can you see how that mesh in the background is actually genuinely a mesh in the background? And then those layers of swirls and flowers sit on top of each other, and you've got those multiple levels. Now, embossing's been huge for years, and you know, I used to look back in the day when I first started embossing. We used to sell thousands of embossing folders because people like that instant result. But we could never achieve this sort of multiple layer of embossing that you see here. We could never have one folder that would give us a background design and other designs in the foreground. This has been new technology, new for our company that we've developed. And what the difference is, so I was showing you before, a regular embossing folder comes along, up, back down. A 3D embossing folder is actually sculpted to give you that real depth. Now, if you go into the, the card shops and you buy an embossed card in the shops, look on the inside of the front, you'll see it's all sculpted in the embossing. But we've never been able to achieve that sort of result at home until now. Now with the technology we've built with a 3D folder, so it means that whether you're doing an all-over background design like this one was, or whether you're doing your ones with the focal centerpieces, you've got that element of 3D in everything. So when you see that translated into the cards, they are literally next level. And I'm going to go straight into some demos to show you how, even if this is the first time you're doing embossing, or the first time you're getting into this sort of technique, you're going to be able to get those fantastic results. And of course, it's not very often I'll stand up and say, do you know what, our one-day special hasn't been very popular. It hasn't. I don't even think we've sold 10% of the one-day special. Everybody has been upgrading and getting the one-day special with the stamps because we actually designed these stamps specifically to work with them. So, for example, if you look here, beautiful design, What about using it on the inside?
Love that.
And I love this idea of just applying a little bit of ink at the top and bottom, but having this as your insert. You know, every one of these cards is beautifully finished with one of those sentiments. So to have these sentiments and finish the story, and the difference between your one-day special and upgrading to the complete collection is literally £5.50 because of your extra, because of the extra saving you're making with the Freedom discount. If you're a Freedom member, it's only £5.50 extra. And if you're not, I would totally just become a Freedom. I've been a Freedom member right since the beginning here.
Yeah, it's really worth it.
I do it just for the postage.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're buying regularly, it's really worth it. So you get the one-day special, the 6 embossing folders, the 3D embossing folders, which you've just explained the difference here, and you get 33 stamps. That's the complete set. £44.92 if you're not a Freedom member. If you are a Freedom member, you get a saving, and it's £40.43. So essentially, for just an extra £4.50 on top of that one-day special, because the saving, the £7 saving is included, you are getting those 33 stamps as well. And those sentiments go perfectly with all of these as well. If you're a beginner at card making, you really want to take things to the next level, you know, £45, you've done it. You've absolutely done it. You've got a huge variety here as well. So that big deal, 748023, do go through if you would like that. Now, we also have a happy hour deal today.
We've got the best. Right, you must get this. Wait till you see me. Catherine asked me before the show, what's gilding wax? I said, oh my word, you're going to love this show. This is totally made for you. Gilding wax, if you've never worked with it before, stay tuned for the next demo. But if you have, you will know we hardly ever do these on a deal. So this is only for the next 24 hours. Sorry, only for the next 60 minutes you can get it. It's not a one-day special, it's one day. You literally are getting it just for this show.
This show, you save £2, which is great because it then pushes it under £10, doesn't it? You can just add that extra £10 onto your order, £9.99, 644514, and you're going to see Sarah using it in this demo. So if you're not sure, if you're like me and you're quite new to crafting, you're thinking, what does this do? You're about to find out.
Come on, let's get on. Let's get on and show you. Black card. Gilding wax works over any colour, and I'll show you a technique later in the show where we do it over something else.
Great.
But let me show you over black card, right? I'm taking that heart design. Now, can you remember I talked about inside here, all of these swirls are fully sculpted. Now, the camera just never quite does it justice or picks it up. It's when you see them. Can you see a little bit there? You can see those swirls are at different levels to each other. You can really see it coming through in the camera. You'll really see that picked up when I apply the gilding wax over. So what I'm doing is black card. Now I'm going to put this through my Gemini.
Okay.
If you're doing the Gemini, the sandwich combination you're going to use is you're going to use your base clear plate. I'm adding the magnetic for a bit of extra pressure and the metal shim. So your base, your metal and your magnetic. And then you're going to put your embossing folder sandwiched in between your top plate.
Okay.
So I send that through there. The brilliant thing about the Gemini is it gives it so much more pressure. Now, if you don't have the Gemini, these will work with any other machine. Please shim them up. The more pressure you can get, the more you'll see those really, the little bits right at the back.
Because I suppose they're probably a little deeper in certain areas than other embossing folders.
You want to push it, exactly. Now, you can see that design, and do you know what? That's a perfect camera angle. You can actually see that design really well. You can see those swirls in the background. Watch how it comes to life when we put a bit of gilding wax on now. Gilding wax, this is it. It's like shoe polish. It feels like shoe polish. This will last you, well, put it this way, I don't think you'll ever have to replace your jar. All you do is take the tiniest amount, and look, it is, I don't even need that much, onto your finger. Can you see how little I've used? And actually, I don't even need that much. So what I'm going to do is tap it onto a flat surface. It doesn't have to be a glass mat. You could do it onto another bit of cardstock or something, so that you're left with just the tiniest amount bedded into your finger. Then when I rub this over really, really gently, what it does is it just picks up where we've got those swirls. So I'm going to pick a little bit extra up, just give it a rub round, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to tilt this up for the camera in just a second so that you can see it now. So as I lift this up now, can you see how it's just emphasised? And because you've got a 3D folder as opposed to a regular, we've got the very detail in the back, then we've got different levels coming through at each point. And it is as simple as onto your finger, tapping it in, you're building it into the kind of the pad of your finger, and then just rubbing it over. And wherever you've got those sculpted areas, so we've got a fantastic designer works in the business, works on all of our 3D work like this. this is what we brought him on board to do. He's like a specialist 3D work designer. Works over in America. He's done all the designs on these folders that you're looking at here. And what we've done is we've designed folders which specifically show off the 3D elements within there, right?
Yeah, and it really does. They really come to the foreground. You can see that there. And I mean, instantly, one of the embossing folders, bit of black card, and the gilding polish. What an impressive look you've got there straight away. Just shows how easy this is.
It does. What I'm going to do here is, this is one of the other colours of gilding wax. I wanted to show you the two next to each other. So this is probably the gold. If you've got gilding wax at home, this is the Empire Gold that we're really well known for. You probably have this one. Look what a totally different, richer shade of gold this is. And I'm going to put this one on here so that you can see the real difference. So if you're thinking, oh, I've got a gold gilding wax, I don't need to buy this one. Look at the difference in the colours. It's like this one's almost like a coppery, richer gold like that.
It is.
So
really
again, if I lift that up and look at that, you can really see the difference there in the golds.
Gorgeous.
How easy was that to do, though?
So simple, and that's really impressive. That looks expensive. It looks impressive, and so easy to do. And that antique gold gilding polish is at the bottom of your screen. That is a happy hour deal. You're saving £2 if you buy that within this hour. It's not part of the one day special. It's a 1 hour only deal, so it's part of this show only. So make sure you're going through for that 644-514 if you'd like that. It's the antique gold gilding wax, and such a simple way to add some really impressive touches, especially with these embossing folders.
Well, I don't want you to think it's just over black card either. Look what I've done here. I'll try and get a chance to do this later in the show, but if you didn't see me at 9 o'clock, I showed you how to do a wash background with the sparkle pens, right? So all we've done is we've let that dry. What I'll do now is I will pop it through. Oh, let's have a look. To see, the folders are too nice. It's too hard to choose. Now, so coloured cardstock, because I don't want you to think, oh, I don't do black cards, I don't need gilding wax. Wait till you see just how effective it looks, even on coloured cardstock. So I'm doing the same again. I'm building up the same combination. Now, look at that. That's I didn't think it was going to take it there. I thought it was going to be a little bit too thick. But if it's too thick, all that will happen is the machine won't take it, or it'll feed it so fine, feed it back. And then all you need to do is take out one of the shims. You know, if you've basically asked too much of it. So there we go. You can see. I mean, the design, don't get me wrong, it looks brilliant.
That's gorgeous
Watch
already.
how it really comes to life. A little bit of gilding wax, tiniest amount on your finger, taking it off, and if I rub this up, I mean, it just pops. I'm gonna do half of it so that you can see it on all the different colours.
Gorgeous.
And you'll really appreciate just how fantastic it is.
And remember, the deal is only for this hour. This isn't part of the one day special. It's not going all day. It literally finishes at the end of this hour. So you're saving £2 on this gorgeous antique gold gilding wax. It's so stunning. I mean, really picks up beautiful. 644-514 if you'd like that. Look,
and look at the difference. I mean, it was lovely before, but when you've got that gilding wax added on, and then, I mean, that's the sort of thing. All it needs is, again, every one of these cards needs the sentiment. Add the little sentiment on, and you don't need anything else, because all of the embossing foil is doing the work for you.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that they're so complex that you can just do that and add a sentiment, or if you want to build up, you can.
You can take it on the next level, which is great, which is why we've got so many fantastic cards to show you, but so many techniques you can cover off.
Absolutely. So don't forget, that happy hour deal is for this hour only. The gilding wax here that you have, you are saving £2 buying it this hour. So it's not all day, it's just this hour. So make sure that you are getting that home if you can. The code, the item number 644-514, £9.99. Little £10 addition to your order, why not? Now, don't forget, we've got the one day special, an amazing collection of 3D embossing folders. Now, let me show you these. Don't pick up the phone just yet. I know that sounds weird, but let me tell you all about this. If you've just tuned in, we've got an extra special deal today, so stay tuned. We've got these 6 3D embossing folders. Now, as we've just heard Sarah saying, you've got that sort of deeper element almost. You've got those layers throughout these embossing folders, so you really get those 3D effects with these. So you've got the look as if some images are in the foreground and some are in the background, instead of that flat emboss right the way through. You're getting 6 of them here, perfect size for your cards as well. So again, if you just wanted to do the embossing folder, colour it, put a sentiment on, absolutely you can do that. You've got central designs, you've got more of your ideas to put something in the centre, you've got bits you can use different elements of, you can backgrounds, something for everyone. Now this is $34.94 and that means you're saving £7 buying these as part of the one-day special. So already a good deal, right? Stay there, stay with me. We also have some stamps on the show here today, which we have here. 33 stamps in total you get with these, and let me show you these to you all separated off as well. So 33 stamps in total, and you have got all your sentiments on here, and they are designed beautifully to go with these embossing folders. And again, you can see some of them on the examples we've got. I'll show you a few more examples in a moment. Now these are £9.98. They're brand new today. 803289. I mean, you can buy them individually if you want. You can buy them separately, these stamps. However, if you want to get the most savings, and if you are considering buying the one-day special and these, and especially if you're a Freedom member, we have an amazing deal for you. What we are calling the complete collection, which is the 6 embossing folders, including that £7 discount you're getting from the one-day special, and the 33 stamps. Now, if you are a Freedom member, you're getting an additional £4.50 saving. So it's an incredible opportunity for you. So you essentially, just for about £4.50, you're just adding on the stamps. That's essentially what's happening. The bonus also, whether you're a Freedom member or not, you get flexi buy on this as well. So 2 payments of £20.22 if you're a Freedom member. That's your flexi buy payment. So actually an incredible opportunity to get those. Now let me show you a few of these samples. You've got some of the stamps on here as well, and again you can see that the gilding wax has been used on this too, and again you can see those stamps coming through. The typeface and everything goes in beautifully with these embossing folders, the 3D embossing folders. They are absolutely stunning. And again, look at this again. If you're thinking, well, I like to make bigger cards, well, look at that. It works beautifully, doesn't it? And again, another one I can show you here. You can break those patterns up as well. And look at that, the colours, everything you can do here is just, you've got so much scope. Let me show you this as well. We've got a whole notebook here covered in this, and even the reverse. How special is that? Would be a lovely gift for someone if they just started a new job or something like that as well. There are so many different options. Again, we've got the embossing folders used here, and look at that. Now, if you would like some more inspiration and you really want to see what you can do with these, we've got a little something to show you that might give you that little boost of inspiration. So, if you're thinking about getting these, and I would advise the complete collection if you can do it, that's pretty much what everyone's going for. If you're thinking about that and you're not sure, take a look at this, give you some more inspiration. Wow, so much inspiration there. So totally ready. If you've got that complete collection, you're ready to start creating some of those beauties. Now, we have these magazines here. Tell me about these. I'm new to Crafts Companion. Tell me all about these.
Right. We bring out our magazine every 3 months.
Yeah.
So actually, this is the latest issue here. So issue 17. It's issue 17 and 18. Yes, 17 and 18. 18 is the one that's just come out, right? So the whole idea is this is our marketing budget as our company.
Yeah.
So whereas magazine companies produce magazines, and you know how in a magazine they put like a free gift on the front to make you want to buy the magazine?
Yeah.
That's not what we do. We produce what's like a kit. So in the box, you get the magazine and all the stuff to make the majority of the projects in the magazine.
Great.
So the great thing is you look at any one of these. So in here you've got 70 ideas for you to learn.
Whoa.
And then as you go to any one of these, it might be that to make this project, you need some papers. You print the papers out from the CD.
Yeah.
You need to emboss something. You get the embossing folder included. You're learning a die cutting technique. We're going to include the die that you need. We're going to include the stamps that you need. So we can teach you loads of techniques, all that relate to our products. But then we can also include our products as a sample for you to try. So each magazine is usually £10 for the magazine with £50 worth of product included.
Wow.
So for example, if we look here at issue 17, you've got a fantastic set of 2 dies. You've also got one of our 3D embossing folders. You've got a CD-ROM with hundreds of printable images and also a DVD of die cutting and embossing techniques. So it's always a double disc set CD and DVD. If you look at the ones that come with issue 18, you've got an embossing folder, a stamp set in there. You've got a die that it's an exclusive one from our signature collection that I designed. We've got a CD-ROM from Michelle Mogford Jackson with some of her digital crafting techniques.
Amazing.
And then also the CD with all those printable elements. Now, from your point of view, if you just want to learn so much more, when you want to learn, you want the tools to work with, I know that by using my marketing budget in this way, if I give you one of our embossing folders for free and you try it, you're going to love it. You've never tried 3D embossing, but you'll try one of our 3D embossing folders because it comes in with the magazine. I know you'll then love it, want to go out and buy more of our embossing folders. So literally, people say to me, how come you could afford to do this, Sarah? Why do you put £50 worth of stuff in with your magazine? Other magazines just give you one £2.99 or £3.99 gift on the front. What's the catch? What's the catch? Because you look at a deal like this and you think it can't be that good. What is the catch? I promise you the catch is just that I want you to try my stuff because I know that once you've tried it, you will love it and that'll start you off on your Crafters Companion journey. But if you look, so Freedom members, because you get the 20% discount on getting the 2 together. So where else could you spend less than £16 and get £100 worth of craft products and 2 magazines, one with 65 techniques and one with 70 projects in?
And you've got the
Where
DVDs,
could you learn that much?
You've got the CD-ROMs, you've got everything to teach you how to do it, and then the tools to do so. This is an incredible opportunity. Again, Freedom members, you're paying just £15.98. If you're not a Freedom member, it's £19.98. I would suggest, why not give Freedom a go as well? Now, just to explain a little bit more, we've got a little something to show you. If you want to know more about the magazines, have a look at this.
Kickstart your summer crafting with issue 18 of Crafters Inspiration, the all-in-one craft magazine, featuring a craft kit worth £50, fab project ideas, brand new products and prizes galore to be won. This issue's craft kit includes an exclusive lace heart die set from Sarah's Rustic Wedding Collection, a golden baroque embossing folder, a tropical stamp set and a twin CD-ROM which is jam-packed with over 700 elements, plus a digi-crafting masterclass from Michelle Jackson Mogford. With all this and much more, make sure you get your copy of issue 18 on sale now.
There you go. So a bit more information about that. If you would like those magazines, 637128. Go through for those, and again, you're getting an amazing Freedom member deal there as well.
Right. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through all the different techniques that you could do with these folders. Right.
Perfect.
So this is embossing onto metal. Stay tuned. Ooh. I will do that. I've got another demo lined up now, and then I'll come on to embossing with metal later on in the show. This is the technique I'm going to show you now, which is where you do that kind of aging distressed look on the embossing folder by putting Versamark ink pad into the embossing folder. So I'll show you that now. If I show you this one, I think it looks better if you see it with a piece of black card behind. Thank you. Flat black card would be the best. There you go. You can see how fantastic it looks, even embossed onto acetate. And the thing is, if you emboss regular acetate with a regular folder, because the folder is just up or down, or up or down, you get cracking in the acetate. Because this is sculpted, we actually mould the acetate or the craft metal into every little groove in there, which means that it gives you a way better result than if you've tried these techniques with 2D embossing folders as it was. So you can see on there, this has just been done like a splodge background technique with some sparkle pens. This is if you're doing your distress inks on there and you're just highlighting and bringing out, like for example, those little bits right in the background there where you've got the little bits of the script there. Obviously, then you can see we've done the gilding wax. That's the technique we looked at the top of the show. That's if you deboss, so you go the opposite way and use the underside. We've also done it onto some vellum. So vellum or parchment work really, really well. You can do it onto your coordinations and sand it back where you've got a different colour in the core. You've also got there where we do the letterpress technique and you put ink in your folder. Or what about just doing it onto dark cardstock and using your metallic pens to colour onto there? Loads of different techniques you could be doing with all of these, right? Now, what I did want to show you is, and I hadn't planned to do this demo every show. I hadn't even planned to do this demo at all, but we had such a great reaction to it at launch last night. We keep getting asked to go over it again. So it's just showing people how to do that technique that you saw. Let's have a look, I've got them here. This one here, where you have ink in the background of the folder and all of the embossed bits are left. It's really simple to do. What you need is your Versamark ink, but you must use a brayer. Now, when people have seen me do this technique before with the letterpress technique, I would just go straight onto the folder like this with the ink pad. The problem is we're then going to get ink everywhere. Because I only want ink on the bits that are going to be debossed, what I'm doing is I'm loading up my brayer with ink. Now, I'm not going forwards and backwards, notice. I'm going back next part and picking it up. That's because I want to make sure I've got ink all the way over the roller. So I do the same on the next part, and I'm going to go all over the other side. And then just to make sure we've got plenty on, I'm just going to give it another once over to make sure we've got plenty of ink on there, right?
So I suppose because you can't see it, you need to really make sure it's everywhere.
If in doubt, don't go with the less is more. More is more. So a little bit of craft card, just because I quite like the look of the white embossing and the craft card on there. And we're just going to do that letterpress technique. So now what we have to do is force the fibres of the cardstock into where it's embossed. And all of the embossed sections are going to miss the embossing powder because we've only got powder on where it's debossed. And that's the magic thing about it, okay? So we're pressing that in, and then I've got just some opaque white embossing powder. You could do this with any colour, but like I said, I hadn't even planned to do this as a demo. It's just because I did this in the first show and everyone's loved the technique and loved the look of it. They're like, do the embossing one again, do the embossing one. So you can see there we've got the ink in the background, but it's not on all these raised elements. So if I bring this in, and I'm literally going to just, and it's hard. You obviously won't do it back to front for the camera. You can just do it regularly, but if I just tip.
Oh, already you're really seeing that come through. Look
you can
at
see
that.
where it's sticking, can't you? So you just want a little bit of that embossing powder to go into the background. And I can see I've missed some sections there. So just going to make sure I've caught all of these. And then when I heat emboss it, actually, I'm going to put plenty on. There we go. If in doubt, put plenty on. Right.
I like this. Already you're seeing so many techniques that you can use with these
one folder.
And you've got
six, being my glamorous assistant.
This is, this is risky asking me to.
Is that right?
I'm a bit clumsy, Sarah.
Now I'll know. First your work with me, you don't want to disappoint mine, do you not?
Oh, God.
Now, I always recommend when you're doing heat embossing, if you heat it from the back, you won't burn the embossing powder. So what you'll do is in a second, this will start to melt. There you go. And you can see that melting and all the powder becoming one. Now, all you need to do with this is a Versamark ink pad, or any sort of ink pad that's used for embossing. I just always find Versamark, they stick to the Versamark a lot better. But look at that, you can really see the detail in all of the embossing folder there. So all of that script that's in the background isn't coming through. That's all being left. We've only got the embossing powder where the ink was, which is right in the background. And it gives that really kind of distressed, vintagey feel to it, which is so on trend at the moment. But how simple was it to do? This is one of them techniques And you can do this with any type of embossing folder, but doing it with a 3D embossing folder means you get that multiple levels of emboss on top of that, and it just kind of takes it up another level.
And I just think, again, that is so quickly producing something really impressive that you would pay a lot of money for that effect in the shop. And it really is such a simple way of adding some class, some drama, some beauty to your collection and your crafting. Imagine getting out on the front of a birthday card. You think somebody had either bought it or spent ages on it, but actually it's quite
I just think it's... Now, here's the thing. Every embossing folder, you've actually got 2 looks.
Okay.
Because if you remember, when I did this, the front of the embossing folder is where it says Crafter's Companion, and I put ink on the inside of the front. Yeah. If you put ink on the inside of the back, you get the reverse. Ah. So you get the opposite look to it.
Oh, wow. That's lovely, because you could use elements of both of those in the same card.
2 in 1.
It'd be really gorgeous.
2 in 1.
Wow, how impressive. Now, do keep going through. We've got lots of people on the lines. Very busy for the happy hour deal. Not surprised.
I knew it would be. I knew it would be.
We have less than half an hour left to get this deal. So if you're new, a happy hour deal means it's a deal literally just for the hour. So at the end of the hour, in less than half an hour, we are finishing this deal. And the deal is that you get £2 off this amazing gilding wax. And we've seen Sarah use it earlier. It's the antique gold. So even if you've already got a gold, perhaps you've not got this gorgeous antique gold, and it is different. It's beautiful, bronzy look through there as well. 644 514, £2 off, making this £9.99. So less than £10, and you can add this into your collection. What's next?
Right, I did promise I would show you how to create that sparkle pen background before, right? So I've just taken 3 pens. We've got the sparkle pens on the show on a special price today as well, because I knew we'd need to use them for this. And also yesterday, I actually had a whole rabble of ladies in doing some crafting with me. So these were the ladies that won the opportunity to come and have a dream day here at Hochanda, okay? And it was fantastic, because if you watched our shows back in February, it was our 2-year anniversary of being here on Hochanda. So what we did was we ran a competition, and every day we picked one winner, and that winner would get to come, them and a friend, come and experience the dream day, kind of experience what we've got here at Hochanda. So yesterday was the day that they came up and spent that day with me, learning lots of techniques, and we did loads of techniques using these new embossing folders, and this was one of the techniques that we did. I don't know if we've got some pictures we can show everyone as well of what we did on the day, but it's lovely for you to be able to see, and it's nice, at least you know when we run these competitions, I think it's lovely for you to see what people have won and what they had the chance to come and do. And let's have a look. I'm just blending those 2 colours there. Right?
Absolutely gorgeous. And if you want the sparkle pens, the information is on the side of your screen right now. 541-256. You're getting 12 sparkle pens. Introductory price today, you're saving £5, and you can buy them on Flexi Buy as well. So really worth a go. They are just stunning. The glitter in those.
Well, I think if I turn this to the camera, what you'll see is as this starts to dry more and more, the glitter just intensifies. So you can see it there, because if you notice, I only used the brush once. So I haven't diluted that sparkle at all with the glitter. You've just got that lovely, intense glitter.
And now, that's almost like saving a step, isn't it? You don't have to do the colour and then the glitter. You're saving that step.
Now let's have a look. There's a lovely frame. Here it is, right? This beautiful frame. Now these create fantastic coloured embossed backgrounds. So if I take this, there they are. You know, if I was organised, I would be dangerous. So if I pop this through, what you'll find is the sparkle pens play really nicely with the gilding wax. So it's so quick and easy to create that background and then be able to go and emphasise the designs with the gilding wax. Now, here we go. The antique gold that we've got on the show.
All of this as well is that, you know, you think, oh, it takes some time to handcraft your cards, but actually if you were in a rush and you're thinking, oh gosh, it's so-and-so's birthday today, I haven't sent a card, must send it today, you don't have to pop to the shops for that card. You can still just do this in under 5 minutes, and it's really impressive.
And you can finish the card. That's what I'm very much an instant gratification type person. So I want to be able to do it and finish it quite quickly. And what I love about all of these is embossing folder techniques. They can be as quick or as short as you want them to be, or you can really go to town if you want. Look at that, look how different it looks. Now, I know on your screen there it's looking dirty. Wait till you see it lift up and catch the light. And remember, treat this like shoe polish, right? If you think of it as shoe polish, so the great thing is now we can do our bit of embossing on there, but then we can take a little bit of kitchen roll and buff it. And just buff it. Look at this. So this is coming straight off. I'm buffing it to a shine like you would a shoe polish. So it doesn't buff off. It literally buffs to that lovely shine. And then you get that lovely, so you get the sparkle with the lovely light from the
shimmering. Look at that. So the gilding wax is on your happy hour deal. Info at the bottom of your screen now. £9.99 is your special deal today. You're saving £2 on that, and that is just for the next 24 minutes 40 seconds. So good luck. That is your antique gold gilding wax, your happy hour deal. Less than 25 minutes to be able to get that and save your £2 there as well. So do go through for that one. You can go to hochanda.com or 01733. What's the end of that number? 62,000. I knew it was 6 something. I got there. Right. Okay, we also have the sparkle pens. You've just seen Sarah use these. They're absolutely gorgeous. And look at those. You're getting 12 pens here as well. Really, really stunning. So do make sure you're going through because you are saving £5. This is a brand new opportunity for you. Incredible introductory price. And you can get them on FlexiBuy. 2 payments of £22.49 if you would like those. 541256 if you would like those. Now, we do have the one-day special, of course, which finishes at 6 o'clock tonight. Then you won't be able to get this deal anymore. And the deal is the 6 3D embossing folders. And you've heard from Sarah how they sculpt whatever you're embossing. Rather than just being 2D and go up and down, you're really getting that sculpture through here. Now, you get 6 of these embossing folders and you are saving £7 by buying them as part of the one-day special. However, we also have stamps today, and there are 33 stamps in this set, and these stamps are sentiments that are designed perfectly to go with these embossing folders as well. So you have got them. If I show you, we've got them cut out here as well. Now, you can buy these individually as they are for £9.98 and you get those 33 stamps. However, you do get the option of buying them as a complete bundle, which is how most people are buying these. Now, the complete bundle gets you the 6 embossing folders and the 33 stamps that you have here. You are carrying over the £7 saving that you get already. And you're getting these for an amazing price of £44.92. Or, if you're a Freedom member, it gets even better. £40.43. You're getting, basically, for an additional about £4.50, I think, you are getting those stamps on top of the one-day special saving. So it's an incredible deal. And you get the Freedom FlexiBuy payments, 2 instalments of £20.22. So an incredible opportunity for you there. Really great opportunity for you. So do go through. Most people are buying that complete bundle. And I'm not surprised, really, not at all. Now, you can see you've got the embossing folder backgrounds here. You've got your stamps as well. Look at those, really, really gorgeous. Let me show you. I'm trying to get ones with those stamps on as well to really give you an idea of how you can use these together. I love the amount of colours in here too. Really, really impressive to show you so many different techniques with these incredible embossing folders and the stamps as well, should you choose to add those. And again, most people are going for the complete bundle. Look at this one, absolutely gorgeous. We have 2 here. Look at this. I love this. You can use the embossing folder on the front and then your sentiment in the centre there as well. So a really fabulous collection. Complete collection is a great idea. Most of you are going for that complete bundle. I think something like 70% of the nearly 70% of the stock has gone. So do go through if you would like those. Now, if you want a bit of extra inspiration, if you're thinking, I'm thinking about it, I'm not sure what to do, not sure if there's enough variety, trust me, there is. Have a look at this. So the opportunities really are endless with those embossing folders, especially if you add those stamps in as well.
Oh, I know. Well, I did promise that we'd do some work with metal, right? Now, you might not realise this, not being a crafter, but craft metal is a really sought after look, but it's really expensive and it's very hard to come by. However, things around the kitchen, like the bases of baking trays.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just this is literally a recycled old baking tray. I mean, I quite often use the inside of drinks cans, or if you want to do things like, you know, what the Chinese takeaway comes in, a little bit, all of those, because when they go through the machine, they will flatten out. So all I've done is I've tried to do something, take it relatively far, but you can still see all the pattern on it, but it doesn't matter, it will totally go out, because watch this. So I put this in the folder, I'm going to do that lovely shaped one. Now, craft metal in particular, well, any type of metal here, as it's not craft metal, lend themselves so well to working in the 3D folders because of the sculpting. So I know I keep going on about this, but a regular folder that's not 3D is flat, then it's raised, and it's back down, it's flat. And that's literally what you're working with. So when you try and force things, if you find when you do embossing, you have cracking around, that's because we want a nice deep emboss. So we make our folders with a deep emboss. You put it through a machine with a lot of pressure, it can crack around the edges. When you have a sculpted folder, there's no opportunity for cracking. And all those bits get sculpted and moulded in. Now with craft metal in particular, it just works so well. I mean, when you see that, every last little kink has been ironed out. But can you see how that trellis really looks like it's in the background?
It does.
And all of those vines are in the foreground.
It really works, doesn't it?
And then the great thing is, if you use like your Spectrum Noir pens, right, you can colour straight onto this because it's just metal. So, for example, I'm going to colour in here, and the Spectrum Noir pens are all permanent. So the sparkle pens that we've got on the show, those are your water-based ones that you're going to be able to do your backgrounds with. These are the Noir alcohol pens that you can do your blending and working on different surfaces with. And even that, I mean, look at that. So I've just coloured beautifully under there, and it's the same if I wanted to pick up the green and do a few of the little leaves here as well.
And have a look on the website if you like the Spectrum Noir pens. We've got the spring summer ones. We've got spring summer and autumn winter on the web. You can see spring summers at the bottom there. So do have a look on the web if you want to compare the colours. Hochanda.com, best place to go and have a look, because you can really see what's available there and spend your time browsing a bit.
That's it. And just to explain, emphasising that these ones that I'm using are our alcohol-based Spectrum Noir base pens, which are different to the sparkle pens, which we've got on the show, which you saw me work with. So the sparkle ones that you saw me work with look more like this, and these are the Noir ones that I've been doing. But just good, because this show's been all about techniques. I wanted you to see the technique as opposed to watch me colouring every one of those little flowers. But don't they look fab?
Isn't that amazing? You've made that from an old baking tray.
From an old baking tray. So that's one idea, right? Another idea, if you want to make craft metal and you don't have any baking trays at home, we've all got tin foil. Right? So if you get yourself a piece of cardstock, cover it with spray. So you need a permanent spray, like your stick and stay. Spray it all over the back, and then you can lie on tin foil. So this is one that I've done there. So it's just a regular piece of cardstock, and it's just got tin foil on the front. And to be honest, I've got it quite smooth on here, a few little bits, but it doesn't matter because it'll line everything out, right? Now let's find a nice design to do this one with. I love that oriental one. Now this will work in exactly the same way now as craft metal and give you the same results. But again, cardstock and tin foil, I mean, you're literally talking pennies to do these sort of projects.
That's really good.
Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to distress it and antique it.
Okay.
So I've got my sanding gadget here. I'm going to try really carefully, because every time I've done this previously, I've bent it. So
I love that. Really
just sand over. And you see, all I'm doing is kind of distressing the top, because we're going to put a bit of black gesso on it.
Okay.
So a little bit of gesso, a bit of black paint into this. It's just going to go into all those little nooks and crannies. So the more we distress the top, the more the paint's got somewhere to take into, right? So, and the great thing is, you couldn't really achieve this look with a true craft metal, but you can achieve it brilliantly well using just that.
Tin foil.
Right?
And again, if you think, and how far we've done in the show today, 3/4 of the way through the show, how many different looks we've seen already with just the embossing folders, just showing you techniques. You then add in the stamps if you buy the complete bundle. If you add the pens and everything, your looks that you have just with these embossing folders are endless. It's really impressive.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
I wanted you to see, these are tools. There's so much stuff we can do with them. And the more techniques I can show you, the more you're likely to think, do you know what, yes, you're right, it's worth going for that, because I'm going to be able to do so much more. Now, all I've done is I've put it on, and I'm going to rub it off. Okay, so just with, it's just a bit of kitchen towel. So I've literally rubbed that into all those little areas, and now I'm just going to rub it off. And it depends on the sort of look you want as to how much you want to leave on, and how. So if I leave a little bit more in that corner, you can see a slightly different look. Look at that there. I mean, that I just think is stunning. Totally different look and feel again. So you compare that, and if I show you the finished one. There's that finished one that I've just, and again, all I've done, finish it off with a sentiment. Yeah. All you need to do on these cards, finish it with a sentiment, and then look at the difference to when we'd left it and not distressed it. Lovely.
Incredible. Somebody's asking if the embossing folders fit in the Gemini Junior.
Oh, yes. Well, if you look, I've been using the Junior plates in the big machine. So they are, actually... I've been using the Junior plates in the Junior machine. I was going to use the Junior plates in the big machine, and then because I'd lifted the Junior machine out to get the plates, I thought I might as well put the Junior machine out.
There you go.
Yes,
so
yes, perfectly in there.
You've seen it in action now. So do go through if you have got the Junior machine, absolutely no problem. Just a quick reminder, because we've not got long left, the happy hour deal. We've got 13 minutes left to get that. £9.99 for this. Normally £2 more expensive, so you're getting that £2 saving. 644514 if you would like that Needy's antique gold gilding wax. We've seen it in action with Sarah today. If you're thinking, I like that, I'm not sure how to use it, what I would say is get that under your happy hour deal now, so you're not missing out on that deal, and then watch on rewind later, and Sarah's really shown us how to work that really well. So good luck with that. You're getting £2 off. Also, don't forget about those magazines. What an amazing opportunity. So you're getting the Crafts Inspiration magazines, issues 17 and 18, the two most recent issues. You're getting £100 worth of content, as in dies, embossing folders, stamps, that sort of thing, so that you can actually turn the tutorials in the magazines into created craft. And you've also got CD-ROMs and DVDs in both of those, giving you both content and also the instructions as well. So these are a huge raft of projects for you to be able to do. Amazing that you're getting these for incredible. If you're a Freedom member, you're getting them for £15.98, an amazing deal for you, or £19.98. Again, if you're not a Freedom member, why not try it out today? You're getting some real Freedom deals in this show, so you might as well give it a go. 637128 if you like those magazines. Right. The one-day special, what we're all here for, is this incredible collection of 6 3D embossing folders. Now, you can see the beauty of these. You can see the design of these as well. And they are, as Sarah's saying, that sculpted embossing, so that you're not getting those sharp edges. You shouldn't get your cracks in this as well. Real top quality 3D embossing folders and very useful designs. Now, it's a £7 saving if you buy us the one-day special. However, we also have stamps available on the show, which you can see here. You've got 33 stamps. They're all sentiments, and they have actually been designed with these embossing folders in mind. Now, the stamps on their own, £9.98. Great, 33 stamps for £9.98. That's really great value. However, if you wanted to buy the complete bundle, which has to be said most people are doing, you are handing over your saving for the one-day special. You're keeping that, carrying that with you, so you're still getting a £7 saving, and you're getting the stamps involved, which means you can get a flexi payment, 2 flexi payments. If you're a Freedom member, in fact, I think you just add an extra £4.50 and you get the stamps on for that as well. So you're getting incredible savings. So £40, 43 pence for those if you would like those. So do go through if you would like the complete bundle, which is what most people are doing. Let me show you quickly the boards that we have here. I'm going to flip through them fairly quickly, but I just want to show you how impressive they are. And as Sarah's saying, you see how you really get the look of some of the detail is in the foreground and some of it's in the background. So you see these swirls are in the foreground, but you still got background detail there. Really, really impressive look. Again, that mesh, that trellis is in the background as well. A really impressive look. And you can see that they're different looks every time. Those are quite different. Although you might say they're both floral, actually those designs are quite different. So again, whether you're a beginner or you've been embossing for years and years and years, you've got some really useful embossing folders to add to your collection. So those are the embossing folders as they are. Let me show you a couple of samples. Again, you can use these with the stamps really beautifully as well. Run out of hands. Here we go. This is Liam's favourites. Look. If friends or flowers, I'd pick you. Isn't that beautiful? You can use those with the stamps as well. And again, you can create some really funky pieces. Look at this, we've used that as the background there. And again, you've got those sparkle pens too. So keep going through the complete bundle, very popular. If you want to double check what's available, if you want to look at the sparkle pens or anything like that, the cardstock, then go to hochanda.com. We've got everything on there, including that happy hour deal of the gilding wax. Right, we should be able to have time for a couple more demos, one or more. So we are going back to Zara, but we've got so many products available on the website as part of this show today. So do go and have a look. Again, most of the things you're seeing Zara using today are indeed on hochanda.com. So go and have a look on there.
The good news for you is I work really fast.
Good.
Really fast.
That's all I like to know.
Let's do a few little bits and pieces. So leather.
Yes.
And look, this is real leather. It's not imitation leather. It is actual, genuine leather. Look how thick it is. We can 3D emboss onto this, right? Oh, wow. So I just pop it into any folder and we send this through. Now, even though I'm embossing leather, I'm going to keep that sandwich the same. Okay. If you find when you try this at home, it's just too thick, all you need to do is maybe take out the metal shim. Okay. Don't have too many shims. I like to try it. And if it won't work, the machine will just return it. You're not going to break the machine, so give it a go. Now that oh, hello, yes, that leather looks incredible when it's about, and you can even see on the back there.
I'm so impressed that you've
done
that
beautiful
leather.
embossing. And what will really make it pop is if I take a little bit of that gilding wax again,
so you can use gilding wax
onto the leather again, and just rub that over. Now it starts to pick up the design. Now I'm going to show you. I'm only going to put that on half so that you can see the difference.
And actually, that antique gold goes beautifully on that leather.
Oh, yes.
Oh, wow.
I mean, look at that. It just looks incredible. But you can see beautiful leather, but leather with the gilding wax on, next level.
Absolutely, and remember that's on the happy hour deal. Nearly run out of time on that one. It's just when Sarah and I finish this hour, that's it. Happy hour deal is over. Just £9.99. You are saving £2 on that one.
Right, tissue paper. Ooh. I've got a little wad, not too many because I'm running out of tissue paper now. Again, I keep doing this demo. But we did 70 sheets of tissue paper earlier today.
In one go?
70 in one go.
And it went through all of them?
And it still went through, no problem.
That's impressive.
So I send this through now. I want you to see, I've only probably done about 15, 20 sheets. But even something as delicate as tissue paper, when you get right into the centre one, still embossed you just as beautiful. Here's the one I did earlier as well.
Things like that you could do as part of your place setting for an event or a wedding or something like that. You're saving so much money on buying already patterned tableware or anything like that. You've got that there.
And then I'm going to do a bit of acetate as well, because I want you to see it's all these different materials. Don't just think, oh, it's card. You know, it's quite often people get into a little bit of a rut and they're just doing cardstock with a bit of gilding wax. Whereas actually I wanted you to see, use it with your embossing powders, use it with your sparkle pens, use it with your craft metal, use it through your acetate. I mean, you imagine doing box lids and things like that and putting them through the acetate.
That would be gorgeous. Again, you're getting 6 of these embossing folders on the one-day special, but if you would like to add the 33 stamps as well, you're getting an amazing complete bundle there too. Don't forget the gilding wax.
Get it while it's on offer. You know you're going to use it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have barely any time left on that. 5.5 minutes left to get that gilding wax on the happy hour deal. £9.99. You're saving £2 this hour, but when that clock reaches 0, that's it. You can't get that anymore. Now, don't forget that you can get as as well as just the one day special, you can actually get the complete bundle, which is the 6 embossing folders and the 33 stamps.
It's what everyone's been going for. The thing is, you can get the embossing folder, you can get the folders on their own. We've got them individually on the website, but you might as well make the biggest saving. And when you look at it, it's hard to choose between the designs. I mean, the designs are stunning. We've given you a mix of the all-over backgrounds, the ones with the focal pieces. You can see this is where it shows that 3D embossing really to its full effect. But even things like the frames, I mean, look how this looks like it's truly in the background, and the other stuff's broad over top of it. This is what 3D embossing is all about. This is the kind of next level you want to take your embossing to. I mean, I love these flowers, that lovely script in the background. This is that one. We've seen some fantastic cards made with this one, just using panels of this. And then that beautiful Zen one. I mean, the cards that you do with this, using that with your gilding wax with it is just fabulous.
Absolutely gorgeous. So again, you can add little sentiments on there as well with those stamps as well, and they do tie in really well. And don't forget, if you go for the complete set, the complete bundle, then you do get the sentiments and you get those amazing embossing folders, and you're still saving a huge amount. You get the £7 saving from the one day special. If you're a Freedom member, you get an extra £4.50 off as well, so a really incredible. And look at the variety of cards we've got.
Look at that, I've just shown you 4 completely different cards, all with exactly the same embossing folder.
And if you've got 6 embossing folders, that really brings that up.
It's not just cards either, home decor. What about taking it onto things? I mean, this is beautiful. This is a little box with a tea light in.
Oh, that's so
And how fantastic does that look? Or even embossing around the sides of your boxes.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's gorgeous.
It just shows you another level that you can take things to.
And would you just emboss some paper or card and then stick it onto the box? Is that how you do it?
Or what you can do is, if you've got the big Gemini, you can emboss just part of this card right up to A4.
Oh, there we go. Right, really well done if you're getting those. Can I just tell you to check out the baskets, especially if you've got the happy hour deal in there. You've got a matter of moments to get that happy deal in your basket with that saving. Thank you very much.
It's been wonderful. Hey, I believe it's you and I back up at 5 o'clock.
It is as well.
We're going to look forward to that.
That's it. Can't keep us apart now. So do go through if you would like anything. Again, you can watch on Rewind. We've got more techniques coming up in our last hour at 5 o'clock. Stay where you are. Lots coming up, and we'll see you at 5. Okay, up next, clay crafting with Katie Sue designed some really gorgeous moulds there. Then fabric affair back up after that, and then create a card with Di Zaya. You'd be mad to go anywhere else. Stay with us at Hochanda.
Hi there, let me introduce you to Hochanda Go. This is our free app that allows you to watch Hochanda live on the go, anywhere, anytime, and purchase items featured on air from the past 14 days, giving you a quicker and easier method of shopping using your iPhone. You can find Hochanda Go by simply accessing your iPhone's App Store, typing in Hochanda into the search bar and downloading. But make sure you're a registered customer first by visiting hochanda.com. Once downloaded, this places Hochanda Go onto your home screen for easy access. Then simply tap the Hochanda icon to access the app. Once open, you'll notice that the current live show will automatically appear. If you turn your iPhone on its side, the live stream automatically becomes full screen. But that's not all. At the bottom of Hochanda Go, you have 3 icons. The first icon is Live. Here you'll find the live stream along with all the items featured in the current show. The next one is Rewind, where you'll be able to access the past 14 days of shows and purchase any items featured by simply tapping the screen. The third one is your basket. Currently, it should be empty. Visit Live or Rewind and select the desired item you wish to purchase and add to basket. You'll be asked if you wish to continue shopping or go directly to your basket for checkout. Once you reach your basket, you'll notice it's very similar to our website, where you can choose different postage methods, as well as applying any current voucher codes. Simply agree to the terms and conditions to check out securely. Log into your account using your registered email and password. Hochanda Go will automatically detect if you are a Freedom member and deduct your postage accordingly. Also on this screen, you can select your delivery and billing address. Once these have been selected, tap Checkout Securely. This takes you through to the payment page. Here you can make your preferred payment selection. Then once this has been selected, simply tap Submit Order and your item will be on its way. Hochanda Go. Watch live and order anywhere, anytime.
Welcome to the newest exciting way to shop here at Hochanda. Craft Price Drop.
Price lock.
Tune in for your favourite craft brands at absolutely incredible low prices. Make sure to get in early before the quantity reaches zero and the price locks. You've got to be in it to win it. Everybody pays the lowest price.
Hello, very good afternoon to you and welcome. I'm here with Noreen and Katie Sue Designs. And we're getting all romantic and wedding-like, and you're on...
yes, we haven't come down to earth
yet. No, and you're on eggshells, aren't you, right now?
Absolutely, yes.
She's soon to be a...
something very special.
A grandma.
Catherine, who is the lady that owns the company, Doreen and Sue, this is her daughter, who was just kind of starting to go into labour. This was 3 years ago. So I just thought that would make a nice addition if you wanted to glue that onto your wedding picture. So good luck, Catherine. We're thinking about
yes, indeed we are. We're waiting.
Super, very exciting.
Hear the news. Hear the news. So with that in mind, what have Katie Sue? What are they bringing?
So
us?
what you're going to get, and this is the beautiful bride and groom mould that we've got there. Absolutely gorgeous, flexible, food safe silicone. So that means food safe. You could use it with your melted chocolates, with your fondants, with that type of thing. Right. But if you're using it for a craft, then you need to use a separate one altogether. But it will work beautifully with your ultra thick embossing powders, your air dried clays. So it really is. This is kind of a one-time purchase. You can see the quality of that mould, absolutely fantastic. So what else you're getting is a packet of the beautiful Flower Soft, and we'll see a little bit more of that in a minute. And then you're also getting, these are actually confetti boxes. So if you're buying them for someone else, you can see that we've got confetti box instructions there, but I'm going to show you, and it's very, very simple to be able to make up those confetti boxes. So it's a nice little addition. So you're actually getting that and your Flower Soft free, basically.
Indeed, and you can just see in the picture there, can you see there, there's a little confetti box with said confetti, that lovely Flower Soft coming out, and we've got these lovely window cards coming up in a moment. But yes, can you see how the confetti box works there? Isn't that lovely? A nice shaker card.
Really
You've got another one there, Noreen.
The size of it. So just the making up of it, it's already printed out and everything for you, so it looks absolutely glorious. Very, very simple to do. But just the little addition of your Flower Soft inside, it just makes your cards very special.
That's very apt for that Union Jack flag the weekend we just had, Noreen. Fantastic. So there are loads of different ways in which you can adapt this, because you've put on a beautiful horseshoe. Obviously, because we can do this for the cakes, but obviously we mustn't forget that this is ideal for our craft makers as well. And this is a horseshoe that's been created, that good luck charm. So I remember my mom had one of these with a little black cat on.
You can see there that the way they are posed, I've posed it so that they're kind of a little bit closer together.
Yeah.
You can achieve that, but once they're out of the mould, so you can see ordinarily there would be taken out of the mould as is.
Exquisite.
And then you can move the heads around whilst they're still wet.
And you've painted, have you got that one with the little crown and the ring you painted? Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Look at this. And then you've got it on a beautiful card here, Noreen, and you've done the addition of the crown and
so I just thought, because we've got the beautiful rose medley embellishments, I've got it on a wrist and I've got it on the bodice of the gown. I've painted that over with just some glitter. That's all it is. If you're going to do it to paint it, maybe you've got a specific colour of the groom's suit or anything like that. What I would recommend is that you colour your white clay flesh coloured. So use either a food colour or an acrylic paint, but just get the flesh colour, because then you don't have to worry about painting the flesh, which is the hardest bit. So just paint the rest of it, and then you put a little bit blusher on their cheeks.
And whatever hair colour they are, I love that.
Yes.
But of course, if you just want to leave it plain, absolutely exquisite. Isn't that beautiful?
Absolutely gorgeous.
Even cutting it in half, these lovely motifs. So many different ways, you know, we can use them.
You can do. And then on this morning show, we were showing, this is just ribbon, and I've just left it like this to show you. So some sparkly ribbon, and put the glue down, and then you can get a lovely texture onto there. So it can be whatever you want it to be. Doesn't that look absolutely gorgeous? You can add some more frills if you know the style of the wedding dress. So you can make it really personalised.
We'll have a look at one on the cake, because of course, what's Katie Sue's background.
Isn't that fantastic?
In terms of a business, that's amazing. So that is actually on a wedding cake.
Yes. So we started off actually for cake, but then we quickly realised that it was going to work into the mould. Now this is the one I know Gilles. He is an absolutely amazing cake decorator, but isn't that just fabulous?
That show-stopping?
And of course he's used on your wedding day.
Yeah,
that we've got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Put this beautiful bower around the bride and groom, so
beautiful,
fabulous.
Beautiful. Now, all the elements we're seeing, we've got on the show today. So what's the next fantastic bundle we've got? We've got some sentiments here.
Yes, so we've got the sentiments, because we were discussing earlier this morning that many people can make fabulous cards and make fabulous cakes, but the one thing that people do struggle with is the writing. So you'll either have a printout, which is very flat on your card, and then you might have a bit of a squiggly
pipette
on your wedding day
trying to do it. Some inscription.
So what this gives you is the ability to be able to get that perfect writing, that perfect script, but it also gives you that kind of depth. So it's not just flat on your card or on your cake. So you can have on your engagement, you could also have your wedding day, happy anniversary, so very, very useful.
And they're really strong moulds.
That is a fantastic
isn't it?
mould.
Yeah,
yes.
Sorry, this is another one coming up, I'll digress. But so this is this one, 018759 1299. It is the wordings on your engagement, wedding day and happy anniversary. 1299 018759. Fits lovely on a horseshoe.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Got another picture for everybody here. There we go,
wow,
on your
lovely?
wedding day.
Yes.
That's gorgeous, really simple.
And again, you can see that they've used the flesh tones in there and then painted the rest of it.
That's a really good tip.
That's beautiful.
Lovely, simple dress
lovely,
there, like
Karen,
Megan's.
thank you.
Beautiful. Now, this next one we've got is, oh gosh, we've got the doves, haven't we, here?
Yes, we've got everything in there. So this is what you get on the mould. So you've got your scrolls, and they lived happily ever after. You've got your two doves, obviously either side, and then you've got your two beautiful hearts that you've got there. So again, we were discussing this morning, not only wedding day, but can you imagine your prince and princess type cards for your younger children? My granddaughter will love this because she's very into all of the princess and princess things. So yes, for little girls, little boys, and they lived happily ever after.
That's my daughter's dream. She's wondering what prince can she marry to become a princess on Saturday. So, well, Harry's gone.
We all attain to that, I know.
You know, there's George. Maybe Meghan and Harry will have some. There's George as well. So there's still time. 1499 777 002. We've got another picture to show you as well to inspire you with further ideas. And they lived happily ever after.
Beautiful, Karen Seal. Exactly. Now, how lovely is that?
Exactly. We don't have to have the male and the female at all. You could have the two ladies. That could be the bride.
Karen. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. The brides there, beautiful, absolutely
And I do
gorgeous.
have to apologise to Margaret, who came down especially with samples to give me, and I've left them.
Oh, Noreen, you're a rosser.
So I'm just rotten. But
rosser.
Good job, I know she loves her, so I'm very sorry. Very sorry, Margaret.
Never mind.
But I will post some pictures.
Absolutely, that'd be great, Noreen. Now, we've also got, because we had just showed you a shaker card earlier, didn't you? Because you've
got your display globes.
Yeah.
So you've got 15 of those display globes.
Yes.
And you've also got your stencil. So your stencil is for you to then place on any colour card, any medium that you want to. Draw around here and cut out the centre, and then that fits perfectly once you get that aperture. So that is a real great addition.
And we've got 50, and we also got Freedom Club discount on there. And then you've got a lovely example
a little
here.
bit different. I've got some other flower soft in there. That's the peony pink. And again, we've got the little confetti box. So we've changed this so you can have our wedding day.
Yes.
So you can just cut off the O.
Yes, that's
and
a
the
good
U are
idea.
from the your, so then you can make that up.
Yeah.
These are from the beautiful floral swags that we've got on there.
Yeah.
And then I've used the large numbers to further embellish that. So what I was thinking is, your wedding day, you have so many souvenirs of your invitations, all of your name cards, that type of thing.
Little
so it would
keepsake
fit,
box.
Yes, it would fit perfectly.
Sometimes people, they just want, how do I say, donations towards a honeymoon.
Yes.
And you need a box, because I remember my cousin looking into a box. It was going to cost like 100 quid or something for this box.
So very, very simple to do. So, and scrapbooking or anything like that works brilliant.
Beautiful. 1079 898 568, sorry. Now, the large numbers we just saw
Large numbers are lovely. So, again, if you were doing them for a celebration, perfectly, we do the 50th. They've got the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, so that type of thing. So the 50th wedding anniversary obviously is a golden wedding anniversary. So again, you can personalise it. And again, the little confetti box. So cute, those confetti boxes.
Gorgeous. Multiple uses there. $14.99. All of the numbers there. 120824. And you've got, what do we call them?
Now, I did know the name and I can't remember.
Is it ordinals for the numbers?
Ordinals,
right, we had
that's
the
it.
ampersands as the letters.
Ordinals,
finally going in there,
I'm
rapidly
trying to think what it was.
I know,
yes,
ordinals. Like, oh. Right, okay.
So this is the rose medley that we kind of touched on. So on here, you've got, look at the size of those beautiful roses. So you've got them
They're so
in
detailed.
3 sizes, very detailed. Yeah. And 3 of the swags. And obviously you can use them in any which way you want. You can take out the larger roses, the smaller ones individually if you want. But that goes perfectly, and that was what I covered that globe with.
Ah, you just continued repetition of the theme, right? Beautiful.
And again, that's the roses from the rose medley, so they're absolutely so lovely. But just small embellishments, and you know we always need small embellishments.
Yes.
We don't want to be buying them all the time.
No.
So this is a great way of actually getting those embellishments for a very good price.
$16.99, a very good price.
It
735,922. And I'll just mention this last bundle, if that's all right, Noreen, and then we'll see you in action because this clay is amazing. This is the love letters and the rope and pearl borders. And again, we've got a lovely £4 saving on this. We get both of these, don't we, Noreen?
Yes, yes, you do, which is absolutely incredible value. Really wonderful. So love, it can mean obviously many different things.
Gorgeous.
So just for home decor.
Yeah.
This is my lovely auntie with my 2 grandchildren on there. Or you could get it just where you're using your open pearl border to go around the square and fit your love letters in there.
Yeah, beautiful.
Very usable.
1998 679851. We've got a lovely design team card as well to show you using those as well. There it is.
This is one of Margaret's that I took.
Oh, Margaret. We're going to take lots of photos,
fabulous.
Margaret. That is gorgeous. So that's using that rope, that love and the rope border there. And obviously the couple, the bride and groom. Yeah, absolutely. Love the notes on there as well. Isn't that fantastic? You could actually use their favourite song, their first song, couldn't you?
Yes, yes.
Beautiful.
Good idea.
The Creative Cake, love letters and rope pearl borders, 679851, £19.98, saving of £4. Now, we know about the clay, but would you explain it for those viewers at home who don't, who've never been introduced to this
so the
fabulous
white
stuff
air dry clay comes in this kind of size packet. You would expect it to weigh an absolute ton, but it doesn't. You get 200 grams of white air dry clay, so that's going to go a long, long way. Fabulous stuff, and it does exactly what it says. It dries with the air. And the beauty of this is that it's a real top quality, very, very fine clay. So it's not textured or gritty. It just picks up the tiniest bits of detail from that. The other things that we have on the show, which is the black, the red and the green Hardly Soft. Now they come in 50-gram packs. Why we've got these colours is because it would take me an age to get the depth of colour. In fact, I wouldn't be able to do it. Right. That kind of depth of colour from your white. So which is why we always say use those colours, and if you want a grey, you can add white to it. Yes. Or the pink or the pale green. So
you said you could add food colouring as well to our white clay.
Yes.
You can got those little tints.
Yes, so either powdered food colour or you can use the gels. So I wouldn't use anything more liquid than that, but that's what you would use. So a little bit different to what we normally do. Normally we would say dust out your mould with corn flour. Okay. But for this one, because some people would be a little perturbed at having white inside the on the black when it was taken out, it really doesn't matter because you can actually just go over it with a damp paintbrush to take that corn flour off. Oh. So that was, we use corn flour as a release agent. But if you didn't want to do that, the other thing that we can do, and that doesn't give you that white colouring, is just what do we call it? White vegetable fat.
Ah, lard.
So yeah,
lard.
White vegetable fat.
Lovely.
So all I'm doing there is I'm just putting a little bit inside the clay, which makes it a little bit more flexible. Don't, however, use too much. So that's all I'm going to do, and then I'm just going to put that inside the mould. So don't have
just
it
a vegetable fat or some kind of
don't have it so that it's pooling around inside.
No, just a smear.
But that's going to stop any of the white essence, and it also acts just as good as a release agent.
Great. But we should use separate ones if we're using one for our food and one for our crafting,
absolutely,
shouldn't
yes.
we?
So when you first start off doing this, one of the tips that I would say is to actually just roll a kind of a sausage, cut that so that you've got either side of the bride, but what you really need to do is to actually push that into where the hand area is. Now this is just going to anchor it so that you've got it steady to get the rest of the clay in. So we're just going to start by finding the centre and then pushing that up towards the top. So make sure that you've pushed plenty into that head area, so you're going to pick up all that lovely detail, and then the excess just gets scraped off. So you can see that we'll just pull that back to within the walls of the mould. And if this colours your mould, don't be frightened by that, because you can just wash it in soapy water. It'll come straight off.
That's how we just keep it nice and...
nice and pristine.
Yes, lovely.
So push that into your mould, so you can see that I'm just tidying that.
Making sure it all goes in, because they're so detailed,
so
aren't they?
Push that well into the head area so that you get that detail. Scrape off that excess. So we've got that pretty much covered there. So then we're going to come down and do the dress. So the excess that I've got there, I'm just going to put into there. It really doesn't matter. It's all going to join up.
And have we, I mean, you said it air dries. Have we got time? I mean, are we going to run out of time?
This would probably take a couple of hours.
Oh, so we don't have to be
air dry.
Rush.
No. It takes a couple of hours.
Right.
And I was saying again this morning, if you're going to have it where it's standing up, you can achieve a much smoother back to it if you either roll it over or just smooth it out with your finger. But because we're just going to put it on the card, I'm not going to really take too much time doing that. Okay. So scrape off the excess. Make sure that you can see the whole outline.
And how should we store the rest of our dollop of clay?
That needs to go back into your packet, which I'll do now. Back into your packet like this, and then you fold that down. I'll put some sellotape over the top and use an elastic band. Probably put it into a grip lock bag with a wet wipe, just to keep a little bit moisture in there. But because it dries with the air is the enemy if you're putting it away, so you really need to take as much air out as you can. So once you've got that, all that we're going to do there is just start and release around the outside edges, and then we're going to just push from the back.
Wow.
I've got a little bit there I'm just going to pull off, but isn't that absolutely...
It's the details. I don't know if we can get a close shot of the face and everything. It's absolutely beautiful, and the hair and the collar. Isn't that lovely? It's very striking in the black as well, isn't it?
Yes. Now this is when I was saying that if you want to have the heads closer together, then you can. Or you can move like them, or if you want them...
You separated the two sides,
or if you want them set to an angle. But I think it was Karen who'd done that.
Yeah.
So that's the time that you would actually start and think about it. Now, actually storing them, what you need to do is put them onto some kitchen towel or some absorbent paper and leave it to dry. As we said, this would probably take... I would certainly give it a couple of hours, certainly. So you can see that there might be a little bit dark area in here, but again, that's just going to wash out.
Okay.
So that's not a problem. So using the same black for the lettering, I'm just going to quickly, I'll probably just do the heart and one of the numbers. So we'll continue in the vein of using the vegetable fat. So we're just going to, a little bit in there, a little bit round.
So when do we use the corn flour then, when we are using the white?
Yes. I mean, you can use the corn flour now. You could use it now, but
you just swear that you didn't want to get it on your black.
Yes, it's just so that you would be able to see straight away the lovely black outline there.
Okay.
So again, just do as we've always done, just make sure that you've got the outline nice and neat and tidy, and that pushes right into there. This is quite a deep mould, so push that right into the mould, scrape off the excess, tidy that up, and you can see how easy that wants to come out. But that has a lovely rope twist on there, which you'll be able to see once I've gone over it with the golden wax. I don't know whether you can just see that.
Yes, we can see the raised areas there. Lovely.
So we're asking this morning as well, Catherine had made an interesting point. Why do you do it separately? Why do we do it? I could have filled all of that in and done it separately. Do know that people do that, but to me, you run the risk then of creasing some of the numbers and letters when you're actually flexing it. So for me, it's much easier and I get a much better result if I just do one at a time, because remember, you are flexing that and you're going to leave marks
like when you're trying to get ice out of the the tray, isn't it?
So just
pop out.
Pop that over the top, and then you've got your beautiful heart there, ready to start. So I've already started and made a card, because I know we probably will run out of time, as we always do, because there's so much to say and do with these cards. So what have I done here? I've had just a plain black A4 card, folded it over, cut it down, and then I've just used silver and white to kind of emboss, to kind of just matte and layer that. So it's just something as simple as that. So before I actually put the bride on the card, bride and groom on the card, I'm just going to put a little bit gilding wax over the top of them.
So light, isn't it?
Isn't it?
You expect it to be quite sturdy.
So if we put them
solid,
side by side, you can see that there is a slight difference in the size as well when that dries.
Yeah, a little bit just shrunk ever so slightly, hasn't it?
Ever so slightly.
Yeah.
But again, that really deepens and intensifies
the detail.
The detail on it.
It does.
Yeah.
That's something else I noticed. Yeah.
So when you're using your gilding wax, don't use too much. So you just need to have just a very flat area. If you have too much on, then it's going to get inside.
This is exactly what Sarah was saying,
which is what you don't
want. Less is more.
Yes, definitely. So I'm just going to lightly just go over the top, and it just picks up the areas that you might want to accentuate. You see how simple that is, and it just, I really don't think it needs any more than that on there. It just gives it a lovely, lovely burnished type effect.
Yeah,
so ordinarily I would just leave that, and I would just have some...
It does look like brushed metal, doesn't it?
Doesn't it?
It does.
So I would leave that to dry, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and then I would brush over it to highlight it, to get that sparkle. But you know what, I think quite often I quite like that burnished look.
Yes,
so
I do as well.
I'm just going to leave it like as is. So we've got that one done, and then we're going to do the love letters. I've also done a couple of the doves. So I'm just going to stick these on, and then I'll put some gilding wax on.
Can I ask, so if you were using the white dry clay, can we colour, I mean, I know you said about putting your food dyes in, but can we paint on it? Can we?
Yes.
Yeah. What can we use?
Anything.
Really?
Anything. Yes. Tomato sauce and coffee doesn't really go very well with it, but
as in painting on with our...
Yes, anything. With acrylics, you can use your alcohol pens, distress inks, anything like that. I tend to use a lot of food colour.
Oh, okay.
Food colour. Diluted with vodka, which is what you would normally do.
Diluted with vodka?
With vodka, yeah.
I think I wanted to hear that. Okay, okay.
So, I've always got an emergency supply of vodka.
Why the vodka?
This is me vodka. So, if you're using food colour, and you were doing it on cakes...
She's joking me. She pulling my leg.
No, I'm not.
Does it smell of anything?
It does. I'm just trying to find your little pot of gold that I have.
Can you
smell it? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I tasted it.
All right, okay. So you can see...
I don't like vodka. Yeah.
Now, I made this morning, but you can see that the alcohol has evaporated out of there, so it goes back to the dust. And that is why... Now, stay with us, Fiona. That is why... you use it for cakes. So you can either use it as a burnish to go over the top. Maybe we'll use one of these. In fact, no, I'll use a little dove. You can use it as a dust.
Oh,
to go over
beautiful.
The top. Like so.
Yeah.
Or when we add...
I'm intrigued by the vodka.
When we add the vodka. Now, so when we're using it with cake decorating, you add the vodka, because if you add water to it and you were using it with your fondants, then the water in it would melt some of the fondant and you would lose some of the detail.
Yes.
So if you use it with alcohol, the alcohol evaporates very quickly, whether it's going into me or whether it's going on here. So this is now used as a paint.
brilliant. That's one of the cherubs. Now, we haven't shown the cherubs, but they're on the website as well. I've seen these before. They are stunning.
Isn't that just fabulous?
This is just gorgeous. They are beautiful, these cherubs.
So there's a lot of ways you can use that.
That's fantastic.
I do like food colour for
nice and easy, and everyone's usually got a bit of that if they're doing the cupcakes. Here's, do you mind if I just mention your cherubs while we're on them? Because the detail of them is so beautiful. And I always remember you bring these to us, Noreen, from Katie Sue.
And they're great, you know, for your mixed media as well as all of your weddings. There could be engagements that seem to me to have kind of a religious connotation. So it could be for your first communion cards, that type of thing. I really do think they're fabulous.
There you go, $9.99. I'm just gonna. Is that right to pick up your cherub again? There he is, and I just show. It's not limited stock on our cherubs, just so you know. Sorry, that was. They were a while ago, so sorry. We're just going to bring that in again.
We've got a sample board further.
Oh, right.
Which
$9.99
to show.
571681. Thank you, Howard. So if I bring that into shot there. Oh my!
So that's the kind of thing that you can do with those, and obviously they could be painted or just as they are, either white or black. So again, this morning I was saying that those little cherubs, I'll take that black one off you, and I know that I probably wouldn't have put gold with silver, but there we go, we've just done this. But how about this?
Ooh.
For a table setting?
Oh, that's gorgeous. Could be a christening, a baptism, it could be a wedding, it could be anything, just an occasion. It's like the cherub and the bugle, you know.
Or if you were doing it with your confetti boxes, you could maybe have this for the lady, confetti boxes for the men, whatever it is you want to be. So,
gorgeous.
Very, very versatile.
Absolutely gorgeous. Now, actually, while we were just talking about stock, 70% of the bride and bridegroom has gone. Whoa. Just so you know, I meant to say that earlier. I'm sorry, Maureen. 70% of the bride and groom, the stock has gone, and that comes with a bonus confetti box and the flower soft little mix there that you see. That is so delightfully gorgeous.
So I'm just going to.
How do we stick that? Just normal glue?
PVA glue.
Yeah. Okay. And the same for our clay moulds here. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep. As long as it's a good quality one. So I've got some of the little doves here. So I think I'm going to put one there. And again, we'll put a little bit gilded wax on there. Now that could have been your silver food colour or anything like that we're using.
Yeah. Very stylish, that's beautiful.
But they really, really are fabulous.
Yeah, gorgeous.
I'll put that one on there. And then we'll maybe use a little bit more of the gilded wax. But you can see that you're using very, very little of either your gilded wax or
minute
your clay. Absolutely, absolutely lovely. But it just does make such a difference. You see the detail that you can get. Isn't that fabulous?
Yeah, I mean, how much would
imagine
how much you'd pay for a card like that?
Yes.
Noreen,
and it would be totally
3D
different.
And I love the fact as well, if you're using the white clay, and like you said, that great advice about getting the flesh coloured clay itself, so you don't have to paint the body, but you could personalise with the red heads, blonde, dark hair.
And that was from abject experience, because I actually did that, and they really didn't look like flesh coloured by the time I had painted them.
Well, we might as well just go for the silhouette instead, and then we've got it.
But when we're talking about colouring them, so if you had, so that's my card.
Beautiful, Maureen.
So, you know, it is just something totally different. I've got those letters on it. That's a Geordie angle. I've put some of them letters on.
I'm just going to show a couple more, Noreen, before we observe our minute's silence. That's all right. So we've got our lovely horseshoe there as well. And again, that's using those rosebuds as well, and the rope garland there. And they've got a bigger cherub there. But we've definitely got the little ones on the show today. You can use it on your cars. Again, paint them, as Noreen said. Really personalise those. We've got the gold wedding ring there. We've got our beautiful flourishes there. We've got the on the door hanger as well on your wedding day. That's with it cut in half, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. We've used the capital O, and then we've used it on the
Beautiful. And then on our shaker cards, because we've got those lovely the dome moulds as well, haven't we, today?
Yes.
On the show.
Very, very useful. And those scrolls are absolutely gorgeous.
They
really
are.
Beautiful scrolls.
So we have the wording on there as well. But do take a look at the website, and there's that confetti box with that lovely flower soft just spilling out, which you get with the bride and groom, or indeed, as we saw from the samples, the bride and the groom and groom.
Yes.
This is what's so beautiful about it. We can really personalise it. So that's 1999 031 790, and 70% of the stock has actually gone already. Now, I know in a moment you're going to get ready for another demonstration. So after this minute, what can we be looking at next?
Well, I just thought I would show you maybe how to do a little confetti box. So that would be something very simple, very easy to make, but you get 15 of those on there.
Fantastic. We'll have a look at that. The confetti box will be right up after this one to observe them in its silence. We'll be right back in a moment. And thank you for that, for observing that minute's silence with us for the Manchester bombings. OK, we're here with Noreen, and she mentioned about the confetti boxes. So should we just have a little recap? Is that all right, Noreen,
yes,
while we're together?
That's fine.
I've been gathering confetti boxes here. Let's have a little recap of what we're looking at in this hour. So we mentioned the bride and groom, 70% of stock has gone, and you are getting, with this lovely mould, the confetti boxes and the flower soft.
And the flower soft. The flower soft's going to go a long way, so you'll find that there's enough there to use with your shaker cards. Your confetti boxes, you get 15 confetti boxes on that sheet. It comes with full instructions on how to do it, but honestly, I'm going to show you, and it's very, very simple to assemble. Gorgeous. But the size of them are just so cute.
Oh, absolutely. And I've got some samples here to show in a moment. 1999 031 790. Actually, it's on a cake as well. I want, because obviously these moulds by Katie Sue, they originated from obviously cake design, and then they realised that can be used in the craft world as well, especially with this air dry clay.
How spectacular!
So, I mean, that is
cake.
Absolutely stunning, isn't it?
Sheila is a very, very talented cake decorator, but
incredible.
I have to say that the moulds do make it attainable for us who aren't as talented as you.
Exactly. They're going to think you're a whizzy-woo. We're looking at that. And you've got the motif as well on the show today on your wedding day.
Yep.
So 031790, and we're approaching 80% gone. So next up we had the sentiments, the wording, I should say. And this is on your engagement, the wedding day. You could have on your wedding day and happy anniversary on your happy wedding. So we can mix and match that. I love the way that's why you've separated it, haven't you?
Yes.
On your happy engagement, on our wedding
like
day.
That, or wedding day, just wedding, engagement, whatever it is you want to have.
You actually cut off and you had it on our wedding day, didn't you? You just have something simple like wedding day, and there you can see the confetti box.
Yes.
Where was the one where we cut off the... Oh, yeah, it was the box, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. There we go. Wedding day or our wedding day. So lots, and look at it, just half of it there, pearlised as well there. Beautiful. $12.99 for that silicone mould. 018759. Then we've got the scrolls, haven't we?
Yes, the happily ever after. These are going to be extremely, extremely useful. You'll find that you'll use them either all together, or you'll maybe just use the scrolls. They can be perfect, absolutely perfect for mixed media, because I can see those, you know, in your darker colours and all of your, you can use your embellishments. The doves again.
Yes, we saw the doves there earlier on your card.
Beautiful detail. And the two intertwined hearts. Absolutely perfect.
Of course, we have those doves, and there is... there we go, and they lived happily ever after in our shaker card as well, with the doves, and obviously Noreen put the black doves on that lovely silhouette card. And we can use this with our brides as well.
Yes,
this
totally.
is what's so versatile. We'll see that picture again. I love this. Yes, absolutely. We can have the two male grooms and the two brides.
Yes. Brilliant.
Fantastic.
I really love that.
Inspired, that one, Karen.
Yes, it was.
$14.99, brand new today, 777002. Now the display globes as well for our shaker cards that we just held up, and our lovely box for our keepsake, or our little wedding envelopes if people are donating to the cause, as it were, because you've got everything for the house because you've lived together for, I don't know, 20 years as it is. 15 of these, don't we? And
yes.
What do you get in there?
And you get 15 display globes, and you also get your stencil if you want to be able to put it onto your card, so that you know with confidence that you're going to be able to get the exact sizing to go onto your to use with your globes.
So you get your stencils, cut out your aperture, and then you've got 15 of those globes.
Absolutely perfect.
And it fits if you just cut that in half perfectly. $11.99, $8.98, $5.68. Next up, we've got the large numbers, so you can personalise the date, the year.
I love those.
They are great,
really
aren't they?
Beautiful. I love the fonts that they're actually in. They're a really, really lovely one. So you can do anything from 21st, 1st, 2nd, 50th wedding anniversary, whatever it is. You're going to be able to use those with the ordinals. Now I've remembered what it was.
Well, we're going to get there. Ampersands for the hashtags and everything else in the alphabet. I'll keep saying it because then it'll go in our brain, won't it?
Well, hopefully. Not with mine.
$14.99 for all those lovely numbers and the ordinals. 120824. And then we've got those beautiful flourishes of the roses that you can actually pick apart.
Absolutely brilliant. So say, for instance, we're doing the wedding. Now, what you could do is you could actually use the smaller swag, the smaller one of the swags. That could be her coronet, it could be a tiara that you're using. You could have a tiny little rose on the groom's lapel. So there's loads and loads of things that you can do with that. When we were talking about it, this is what we did around the box. So we used it to go around the box. But equally, we could have had the beautiful swags going around the bottom of the box.
Yeah, beautiful.
And this was just done in white air dry clay with a distressing over the top. So again, used as just a general embellishment. Really, really, you're going to use these. Very, very useful.
I love the fact that the craft materials we've got at home we can actually place onto this dry clay. It's fantastic. $16.99, 735922. And then, of course, Noreen's just been using the love letters, and we have the rope flourishes as well, don't we? On
the rope
set.
Pearl border, yes.
Yeah. Beautiful
again. And when you take that out, what you can do is you can move that, you can manipulate that, so it can go around your cards, it can go over your upper chest. Absolutely, yes, it can.
Round your cakes. Obviously, you get the two different moulds there. Fantastic. Got a great card as well to show you for this. There we go, Karen. Margaret. Sorry, lovely Margaret. Yes. Fantastic.
Beautiful.
Margaret.
And just the stark white detail.
Isn't that lovely?
You don't need anything else. So if you're new to crafting, all you need is your clay and your mould.
Yeah.
Got it made.
Fantastic. And then you can go to town with all your other elements that you've got at home, your stamps and what have you. £19.98, special price on that, saving of £4, 679,851. And then, of course, our lovely cherubs. I just think these are gorgeous. I know we've seen them before, but they're stunning. And like you said, don't just think of baptisms and weddings and christenings.
And again, which is why we go on and on about the quality of the mould. And the quality of the clay that we're using.
You can see their little fingers. I know we've got it in the gold there, but I've seen you develop, literally pierce them. You can see the little toes as well. It's
and
gorgeous.
The feathers on the wings is absolutely, absolutely glorious.
They're darling, aren't they?
Really
$9.99, 571686. And then a texture mat at the end. You wanted to explain about this one to me,
so
didn't you?
The other texture mat that we have that we've misplaced is this is the brickwork that we've got here, and then again we've got the stone. So if I just nip and get one of those.
Well, I'm showing the brickwork one at the moment, but the texture mat is stone as well. So is it either or, Noreen?
Yes, yes it is.
Stone or the brickwork.
So you can see that that's the stone done in, two different colours. Gives an entirely different look. But you can make your little stone walls, you can put it on. It's just an amazing. The same mind you can do with the brickwork as well.
Fantastic.
Two very useful moulds.
£9.99 for one of those mats, 459 484. So have a little look on the website as well. Have a little look. We've got the clay, and we've got the 50-gram clays, you know, the 3-colour green, blue and the red. There's your big white soft clay and your black soft clay, and then all the flower soft as well. I mean, that's why that little bundle's so great. I mean, just for 4 of them it's £14.99, which is fantastic. I'm sure you agree. And then with the glue, £15.99. But we're going to actually use that flower soft now, so you can see that in action with those little confetti boxes that we've got in the bundle of the bride and groom, or could be the bride and bride, or the groom and groom. But if you do want that now, we are approaching 80%, and this is your show this morning was at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. So if you want to watch Noreen on the replay, of course, with the fantastic design techniques, please do. And this is the only other one she's doing with us today. So, yes, please don't miss out.
So the confetti boxes. One of the tips that I would recommend you do is to score them before you cut them out. Oh. Because if you cut them out and then you try and score them, it's a little bit more fiddly.
Okay.
So in the instructions it'll tell you, you have to score every pink line. So what I would recommend you do, and what I did this morning, is just score all of them together. So just score down all of your pink lines. Carry on like that. You've got to score them across, like so, and then you've got them all done, ready just to cut out. So
that's a great idea.
Cut it out roughly, and then, in fact, I think we should do one. You cut it out roughly, and then it says to cut every green line. So every green line that you see gets cut.
That's your outline, isn't it?
That's the outline there. But then to get the folds, again, we're going to cut every green line. So there's one there, one there, one there. I'm going to cut that out. So it's not difficult.
Yeah.
Not difficult to do. Now that is the edge where we cut both those corners. So we've got green, 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 and then cut that out. So once you've got the folds done, which is what I've already done here, once you've got it folded, that just folds very, very simply. And that is why it's really worth taking the time to actually score those lines, because it gives you a nice crisp fold. So once you've done one, you'll know exactly what you're doing. So that's the inside of the confetti box to start with. I'm just putting a bit of glue on there. So I'm just holding that in place whilst I do the bottom. So we're going to push those little corner flaps in, little bit glue on the end there, and fold that over. And what I normally do is just place it down and push those surfaces together.
Lovely.
So that's what confetti box actually made. So you can fold that up. So what you could do is you could have them folded and actually closed, or I prefer to use them like this. So what I would use is just a tiny little piece of tissue.
You could have a cheeky cherub spilling them out onto somebody's head, couldn't you?
Yes. So a tiny little piece of tissue or wadding, whatever it is you have to hand, because what we don't want to do is have a box full of the flower soft. It's not really necessary.
No.
So we'll just place that there, a little bit glue over the tissue, and then we're just going to sprinkle that flower soft over the top. Just give it a little bit gentle push to make sure it's come into contact with your glue, and that's your confetti box done.
Isn't that gorgeous? There could be little popcorn boxes as well, couldn't they? They're gorgeous.
Really, really cute.
Beautiful.
So before we...
we've probably got just under a quarter of an hour just to give you an update, Noreen.
So before we actually put that onto the card, one of the things I wanted to show you was, I was talking to Fiona earlier, and they've got those beautiful dies, the easel dies on.
Yes.
So she had cut one out, and I'm not going to glue it because I know she was going to use it anyway, but I borrowed it. But how cool is that?
Oh, there we go. Perfect harmony.
Oops, sorry. Absolutely gorgeous like that. So that, you know, the fit, mix and match into lots and lots of your different crafty stash that you would have anyway. So we're just going to set that to one side. So then we wanted to see how we're going to make these display cards, shaker cards.
The shaker cards, yes, with our
I've got
domes.
an anti-stack bag. Some people tend to be quite static, where, you know, there was electric.
You touch them and you get a bit of a shock.
I mean, I'm not, but I know some people are. So just, if you are one of those people, then... Now this, with where stencil here, I've been able to cut out that card, and then I've put another colour over the top of there, and I've got that background in there. So it's just a question of actually just starting to glue that down. So I'm going to just glue this green into position.
Okay.
So in this case, you could use whatever colour was appropriate, maybe for the wedding, if you knew the colour of the wedding.
Themed, yeah.
So we're going to put that down. And then I love the stencil that I could have enlarged this card, I could have put it through an embossing folder. So there's lots and lots of things that you could have done with that. So I'm just going to glue that front onto there like that.
And we've got our display globes up there. That comes with a silhouette, as it were, the template, and your 15 globes. $10.79 if you're a Green Club member, $11.99 if you're not, $8.98. 568, and don't forget we're approaching 80% of the bride and groom at the bottom of the screen gone, so please don't miss out, because this is the last show for Noreen today.
So you can see that I've got the display globe, and on the outer rim and the inner rim I've got 6 pieces of double-sided tape. So just take your tape from there. I think I've done this the wrong way around, I have, but never mind, we can...
The producer just said maybe if you're having a winter wedding you could have a snowy globe.
Yes, that would be
nice,
cool, wouldn't it? Yeah. So, before I do anything else, I'm just going to glue the bride and groom into position on there. Actually, that was one that I'd said we could have had that standing a little bit proud on the card. I want to have this glued on the bottom here.
And we can use just any glue again, Noreen, just to reiterate
PVA,
that.
yes. Or your silicone. So place that so we know that we've got that in the centre.
Lovely. You've already painted a crown there.
So we've got this. And then next thing to do, because I've taken the double-sided tape off on the wrong side, I want to place that down into there. So ordinarily, you don't do what I do. So you would take the top off first.
Yes, and place it in position.
Yes.
Okay. It's like TV, you know, and I'm yakking to you and disturbing your thought process.
It doesn't take much for me. It's just, you know, I have one of them senior moments quite often. Okay, so I'm just going to place this down. If you'd done it correctly, what you could have done is just place that over the top, but now I don't want that to stick. So this is what I'm going to have to do, and just pick it up gently like that and hope that doesn't stick. There we go. So that's fine there. Now what we want to then do is to put some of the flower soft into the centre. Not too much. You don't want to drown them. But it needs to be right in the centre so that it's not going to disturb any of your double-sided tape. And as an extra precaution, we're just going to glue all of this down. This is just to make sure that this is all settled around your globe. And then it's just a question of popping that over and pressing that down onto there, and that'll seal inside.
They look like porcelain figures.
Yes, they do. So then we've got our little confetti boxes that we can put down onto there, like so.
Cute.
So what you can do is you can just put a couple of little pieces around there, and then it looks like they've gone into your
just spilling out.
Globe, yeah. So we do that with it. And then we've got ones that I made earlier, so we can maybe just have something like that on there. And I'll show you painting them, because
that'd be great. We've got just under 10 minutes now, so that's fine.
Okay,
We've got plenty of time. Yeah, that'd be great.
Well, I'm going to head for my vodka again.
I'm not touching the vodka this time, Noreen. It's definitely vodka she's got in there. Yeah.
Okay then, so it's
Might have a little chaser later.
It's probably better to actually paint them before you put them on, and then if you've made any mistakes, then your card's not ruined. But I do quite often stick them on the card first. For the simple reason, what we're going to do is you don't have to use your paintbrush like this as you would think, and it's going to be that laborious that you need a whole load of talent. So brush it on sideways. So use the side of your brush, and that just catches up all that amazing, beautiful detail.
All the raised element,
that's on there. So it does look, well, I mean it is hand painted, but it's very, very simple to achieve that amazing look. That just scrolls over the top. The top of the scroll, maybe we'll add a little bit onto the scrolls. So it just all adds to the detail and sets your eye to what, you know, the quality that it is.
And tell me again, what did you mix the gold? What was it, apart from the pipette of vodka? What was in there again?
This was just, it was a powdered food colour.
Just a powdered food colour?
A powdered food colour. And you can get it quite readily. Lots and lots of different colours. And if it was, say, not a metallic colour, the general powdered food colour, tiny little few grains into your white air-dry clay, absolutely beautiful. It's
really?
Yeah. It really does colour it very, very well. So when we're talking about, so that would just be put onto there. I'm trying to get as much in as I possibly can. When we're talking about colouring the clay, if you're using your distress inks and you want to colour your clay, what I would do is we'll get a brighter colour so I can actually show you. If I'm colouring the clay, what I never do is dip the clay onto there, because it just adds maybe, you know, little bits of debris on that you don't want.
No.
So best idea is just to do that with it.
Okay.
And then do that with it.
Okay.
So that just picks all the colour up.
Yeah. So this is great. What we've got at home in our stash we can use.
So yes, either your food colour, alcohol pens, acrylic paint, whatever it is that you want. What I would say is just use a small amount first, and then if you want to colour it, deepen it, then you can. But if you want to lighten it, then you can just add a little bit more white to it. So that just gives you that subtle colour that we've got there, so it changes it straight away. Or you could just use your
tiny
red,
little bit of the red that we've got on the website. The 50 gram packs with the red, blue and the black.
Like that. So when we're on about food colour as well, I did have some. Yeah, so this is food colour. This is a metallic food colour, but it also works brilliantly when you're doing it with your moulds. So I was looking to see if I had something else I could. Yeah, we'll use this.
A lovely dove.
Something else that we can paint. I'll find a paint brush. That would do. So again, food colour, but it works brilliantly. And because it works, we do so much with cake anyway. I'm lucky that I've got a lot of food colours that I can use. But again, that's just something a little bit different.
Isn't that gorgeous?
It just really
lifts that,
shows off the detail.
That's beautiful. Look at that detail, that dove. That's
absolutely fabulous.
Yeah, we'll go. Should we have another recap down the counter then, Noreen, and we can show you those doves.
Okay.
Because we're coming to the last little bit, and it'd be nice to remind everybody, and they can always watch again your lovely techniques on replay. We've got the bride and groom now approaching 80% of the stock gone. You've got those gorgeous. How many of those confetti boxes did we get? 15, and then the flower soft confetti as well to go with it for $19.99. 031790. And oh no, approaching limited stock, so please don't miss out. Because make sure it's in your basket and check out, and then we can watch Noreen on replay.
And honestly, that flower soft is going to go such a long, long way.
Yes, you
can actually use it to frame around pictures. So you can use your double-sided tape, put it around your frame, and then press your flower soft onto it. There's loads of different ways, but you see the texture that gives.
Lovely. There's our dove and our confetti box, and then in another card that we had. Thank you, Noreen. There we go, that one there in our dome as well.
So here's the flower soft inside the globe with our shaker card.
Yeah, and another one there again on the top, spilling out. Another shaker card, as it were, with our lovely wall, as it were, that texture. Mould as well. We've got the cake as well. Let's have a little look at the cake, And you can actually colour the bridegrooms. You can put ribbon on there, lace, did you say? And
yes, and you can see around the outside edge if you had that rope and pearl border.
Oh, yes.
That finishes off the cakes beautifully.
Doesn't
and
it?
That floral archway on that cake. Absolutely delightful.
Real
but again,
professional.
plain white. You
Yes.
don't have to worry about
'cause all the
colouring
blue.
it or painting it, being an expert on painting it. Just plain white. It's so sophisticated.
Very, very striking there. Now, this is the Katie Sue Perfect Wedding set of the silicone mould. So you've got on your engagement, on your wedding day, happy anniversary, you can take the Y off and have on our. It could be happy wedding day, happy engagement. You know, you can mix and match those all around, can't you? So fantastic set of sentiments there. We've got some that we've got our wedding day. There we go on the box, taking the Y off. And then there we go.
So the capital O comes from the on, and then the UR comes from the your.
Yes.
So then it means that you can get your capital O to go with it.
And then we've got the, oh yes, we love the horseshoe, don't we? Bring back the horseshoes, I say. More of those on your wedding day. 1299 01875 Let's show your beautiful card as well. The oh no, that's coming up, isn't it? The, yes, happy ever after. And there we go, there we go.
Those beautiful scrolls. I really
Gorgeous
love
scrolls.
those scrolls.
We were just painting this, weren't we, on that
Yeah.
lovely card you were just making, happy ever after, and they live. And you were just painting the top bits, showing us how to do the gold.
Yeah, so it's perfect for golden weddings and totally personal, isn't it?
Very much so. Gorgeous.
Looks a bit like the Oscars or something,
That
doesn't
does,
it?
doesn't
That's
it?
what you
Yes.
should be awarded when you've been married 50 years.
And the rest, yeah. 1499 777 002. Okay, next up we have our beautiful globes.
The display globes, again, they just come into their own. And of
again,
course, as well as the flower soft, this is the Peony Pink flower soft I've got in. I put a little few gems in so that you could just, you know, it gives it a little bit of a noise, a little bit of sparkle. So don't be frightened to mix and match.
Gorgeous. £11.99. You get 15 of those plus the template and the freedom discount. £10.79 898 568. And now to the numbers. I will bring that card with me because I want to show everybody what you've made there when we get to our love. There we go. We've got our numbers there and our ordinals. There we go. So we've got it covered, whether it's a very significant birthday or the amount of years you've been married, or I don't know, when you pass your driving test, or...
They're a real statement piece, those numbers. I really do like them. As we've got on the box, it kind of makes a statement straight away. You can see immediately. But again, beautifully plain, or you can just paint them over using your gilding waxes or your food colours or whatever it is that you want
whatever you've got at home, yeah. Or the date when something happens, significant date when the baby's born. Any news? Any news?
Come on,
1499 120824. Then we've got our lovely flourishes there with our roses.
Rose medley. Absolutely
rose medley.
Beautiful. There's an awful lot going on with this rose medley. So you've got your 3 different size swags, your 3 different size roses. So again, when we're talking cakes, if you were doing 3 tiers, that becomes very important, because you can do the larger size on the bottom with the large swags and building up, so that gives you the perspective as well. So very, very useful mold. Look at the detail on those roses.
They've all got fantastic details. 735922. And coming to the end now with my last 20 seconds, finishing with the love and our lovely rope pearl borders there as well. Gorgeous. And please watch it on replay, because this is the card that Noreen made, and we were getting limited stock on that lovely bridegroom. Thank you so much,
all need a
Noreen.
little bit more love, don't we? We really do. It's been
the love
great
is out
fun.
there.
Thank
Plenty
you.
more still to
Bye.
see. Indeed there is. I'm going to be joining Margaret for the second show of Fabric Affair, and we've got Create a Card with Isaiah and Crafter's Companion One Day Special Last Chance.
Hello, my name's Kay from Indigo Blue, and we've been established for 7 years, and together with my husband Alfie we design and manufacture our own in-house red rubber stamps. We also have our own range of paints, lushes and stencils. We're so proud that we've now got a reputation for such high quality products and the detail that we can manage to get in our stamps. What I really love about Hochanda is I get to demonstrate lots of different techniques for you to understand how to use our products and hopefully inspire you. I've got loads of fantastic ideas buzzing around in my head, so I can't wait to get those filtered into our products and out to you at home. So grab a cup of tea, join me and the team from Indigo Blue on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Fiona Clayton from Crafter's Companion. I've been crafting for about 7 years now, having rediscovered my love of a childhood hobby. I'm delighted that I can share with you all my hints, tips and ideas, and here at Hochanda we're going to make sure that you really enjoy your crafting as well. So join me, Fiona Clayton, here on Hochanda.
Witchcraft are excited to bring you Stamp Magic, their incredible stamping and papercraft show. And Hochanda will be there supporting you. Set in Doncaster's The Dome, within Lakeside Leisure Park, Stamp Magic has brought together the UK's most dedicated craft experts in this intimate surrounding since 2004. Are available from Hochanda in advance for only £4, or alternatively on the door for £5. So what are you waiting for? Log on to our website www.hochanda.com and order your tickets today.
Hello, it is the Talking Quilt. Indeed it is. Ah, hello, this is Margaret and I'm hello darling, from Fabric Affair, and we are showing you an amazing grandad coat. What do you call it, the block pattern quilt, this one, Margaret?
This is a block pattern, yes, 2 blocks, very, very simple. You're just repeating the same process throughout the whole of the quilt, stitching all of your textile that's in your kit so that you've got plenty to work with, yes.
It is absolutely stunning, 45 by 45 inches. And what kind of backing would we use?
Anything.
Anything?
Yes, I'm a utility quilter. I use whatever I've got in my workbox, and this is a piece of Dobby cotton I'd had for a very long time. So it found a good home on the back of this quilt.
Fantastic. Yes. Now, can you tell me about the fabrics in this itself,
well,
the tweed that we've got on display here,
yes,
on the counter
yes. here? It's called Grandad's coat for a reason. I wanted it to look as if it had been recycled. I wanted to look as if somebody had chopped up a coat or a jacket or somebody's much loved clothing and then mixed it maybe with shirts or some type of garment fabric. So the original idea was that it looked like I had been recycling. I hadn't been. It was a little bit of a cheat, but it's a much heavier tweed than I would normally use. Certainly I wouldn't put this heavy in now, but this was a long time ago and we were still experimenting and still learning, whereas now the tweed is much finer, and this is what we call apparel weight, which is beautiful garment weight tweed.
Isn't this beautiful quality? I'm going to lift a few of these up here, Margaret, because they are absolutely stunning. Thank you. So just look at these colours. I mean, that is just stunning. Look at those. It feels so beautiful. Honestly, last night I was just going along the counter, stroking all of this tweed. Sounds daft, but you just, it's so tactile.
It is
and
tactile.
The feel is so beautiful. So very, very popular when I know Margaret has had this on the show before. So please don't miss out. So these are just some of the examples of what you'll get in the Grandad quilt kit. What was the story behind the actual making of it then?
Well,
how did it come about?
I was making it for my husband, and it's always, well, not difficult, but a lot of quilting is very feminine and soft, and I wanted something that was a little bit more masculine. So the original colours were very, compared to what I would put in now, because I would put a run like this, and then I put these little accent colours in, so that it gives it a little bit of a pop.
Punch,
Yes, it does. And I made it for him, and actually what I did was I had made it before. This was the second or third one, and if you make each block and then you match the next block to the first block, it just continues. It really doesn't go off or do anything that you wouldn't want it to. And the blocks are very simple. It's the same design in each one, and you're just reversing your textiles.
And you've also included these lovely
beautiful flannels.
Oh, they're so soft. I mean, just look at these.
Yes.
They're spectacular. spectacular. They're so beautiful to the touch as well. So we get everything in this quilting kit that we need to make a 45 by 45 inch quilt kit, don't we?
Yes, and there's always a debate about whether to put wadding in or not.
Yeah.
And in fact, sometimes it's not necessary. The tweed is strong enough and heavy enough that, but if you put say a flannel backing on, then you could do without the wadding in the middle. My suggestion, though, is that you do put a wadding in, because the wadding absorbs the difference between your textiles. People are very nervous about using this wool and mixing it with other. Look, we have we've put wadding into this one. This is my grandson's Fintons, and we've put the beautiful flannel on the back.
Right.
And I have got a wadding in. I didn't quilt it. I quite simply knotted into each corner, and then I put a little button in, because modern waddings will allow you to put, you know, your stretch, your wadding won't move. That's probably 5 or 6 inches, and it's absolutely fine.
Right. It's
So
good heaviness.
it's a beautiful,
fantastic. Oh, you're going to be snug with that.
Yes, yes.
Come the cooler months.
Yes.
And then
yes.
we've also got in there, obviously, the whole full colour instructions as well.
Yes, we do. We do.
Listen up the lovely display. Now, this is the book that comes with it, and the Grandad quilt. There you go. Now, you've actually got 5 projects in there. We'll come to the next one in a moment. You've got hearts and flowers, but the Grandad quilt is the second one in there. Grandad's coat, I should say. Sorry, I keep calling it Grandad's quilt.
I love that image.
Ah, it's beautiful.
Isn't it beautiful? There it is. And look, a very simple block. And you've got what we call step instructions. So as long as you're following your step instructions, you really can't go wrong. You actually have more textile in your kit than you will need. So you might get a nice little cushion. You might decide to put another type of border onto it. There's all sorts of fabrics that you could play with, or ideas.
That's it. It literally is just those 2 pages, and obviously our picture to follow. That's how simple the instructions are. So fantastic that you get with it anyway, as well as the other projects that are in there.
Yes.
So it's £124.99. And we have got the 3 flexi-buy payments available on the Grandad's coat, tweed and cotton quilt kit. £41.66. Everything arrives on the first day, £124.99 on the first payment, so you're ready to go, and it just spreads the cost there for you with a project that you could start now and it'll be ready for those autumn-winter months.
It would, yes.
Now, we've got a viewer's image, haven't we, that's sent in to you. You tell us about that.
Well, this is the lovely Adriana, and she had never stitched with tweed before.
Wow.
And she was very, very nervous about it all. And her kit was slightly different because it was last month, or the last time we were on, and you can see what an absolutely beautiful job she has done of this. And what I loved about it was her touches of accent throughout the quilt. She's got gorgeous bright colours sitting in there, and you can see how this one, for example, pops out of the quilt, and all these colours that she's managed to blend in. She was very apologetic. She didn't get it finished. But this is it stitched, ready for quilting.
Isn't that beautiful?
And it is beautiful.
So once you've got that pattern, you can just variation on a theme, go to town, mix and match in your, you know, your favourite fabrics there with the tweed. That's also beautiful with tweed. It just blends so beautifully with the fabrics.
And
gorgeous.
She was thrilled with it. She was very nervous.
Would be.
And she said to me, "I'm very nervous." And I said, "You'll be fine. Just one block."
Looks like it's on the settee there, doesn't it?
I think it is. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fabulous.
Fabulous.
Right, next up, another fabulous piece for you. This is brand new. We're reaching to the back. This is Floral Vase. And again, it's in the project book.
Yes.
So, you know, this comes with, and it comes with the templates in the back as well, which we'll show in a moment.
It does.
But this is stunning. Now, this is one you created in the pink.
Yes.
We've got a blue colourway of William Morris themed.
The William
material.
Morris arrived, and it's terrible. You know, we open these boxes, but I got very excited because we order the cottons in particular from a card. You don't see the actual textile, and of course, fabric has a life and a personality of its own. So once the box arrived and the box was opened, I sort of knew exactly what I was going to do. It's a medallion quilt, very different
beautiful?
from this.
I'm just stretching so we can see the vase, the flower vase in the middle. You see, that's what I wanted you to see.
And this is where you start.
Okay.
This is the centre of your quilt, and you work your way out. And these are just what we call borders. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 borders with the plique running throughout the whole of the quilt. And I think in the William Morris it's going to be something very, very special.
It is. Let me just show you that material here, because it is genuine William Morris textile design.
It is.
As you know, from about the 1800s, wasn't he? Died at the end of but sort of the antidote to the Victorian wave of machinery and industrialism. And there you go, Moda Fabrics, V&A Museum, and these are genuine William Morris designs. They're beautiful. It was fantastic textile design.
I think his archive is held at the Victoria and Albert, and they will have required permission to reproduce these, of course, and he has a huge following. It's still, I mean, these were being designed many years ago, and they are still very current and
very
still very
current. They're
fashionable.
still
and the colours
exquisite. I mean, just look, I've got to hold out this one. There's something like this blue I'm so attracted to.
Yes.
Look at that.
Yes.
He said there was a wonderful quote I read, if it's not beautiful and useful, it shouldn't be in your home.
Yes. Absolutely.
Well,
that's both beautiful and useful.
Exactly. So we need this in our home, quite frankly. I mean, look at that. This fabric is just deliciously beautiful.
It is.
You've got the typical trademark there. That's what I always think when I think William Morris as well. I mean, look at these.
Yes.
They are I'm ruining the display here.
Doesn't matter. It absolutely doesn't matter.
It needs to be seen. I mean, look at that. The man was ahead of his time, wasn't he? By centuries.
Yes.
Absolutely
I think for
incredible.
the designs and the colours and to still be current and still be, and they're very desirable. He has a huge following. And in your kit you have everything that you need to make the surface of your quilt. So we have a larger piece in the kit so that you can do your lovely binding in the William Morris as well. Isn't that just exquisite?
See, I want his wallpaper now in my house.
Yes. Yes.
Beautiful. I'll have to get down the V&A. I love the wallpaper. I know we've got the fabric, need the wall. I mean, sorry, I've ruined that lovely display. It's so gorgeous. So we get this lovely base.
Yes, you get this beautiful tweed. And it really was exciting when this came in. I thought it might work. I wasn't sure. But when it came in, I got very excited because all of those beautiful tones are in this cotton.
Aren't they? The blues and the greens.
Yes. You'd think we'd woven it as it's just a happy accident.
It's kind of got that two-tone, two-tone, isn't it? The blues and the greens.
Yes.
And then we've got our lovely, the correct wool thread. And you've given us our tweed and our...
Yes, because in the very centre of the quilt, the medallion part that we started from, the applique includes some little pieces of wool in amongst the cotton. So I've given you plenty there. All you're cutting out are little leaves. And you can take that right throughout the whole of the quilt because you have enough. And you need a little bit of a contrast just to sharpen it, so this little piece at the end you wouldn't naturally assume would be, but it is. You need a bounce, you need a pop sometimes.
You do.
That's the vase, the little blue stripe, cottony piece is the vase.
Gorgeous.
It is rather.
Beautiful.
And the threads are just, it's a very happy marriage.
And templates, obviously, and explanations in the back.
Yes,
of the book there as well as the step-by-step guide of the floral vase with our William Morris deliciously beautiful material there.
And the templates are to scale. You don't have to do anything to the templates. It's a matter of tracing out those shapes and just using them. So a lot of patterns you have to enlarge your templates sometimes, but you don't have to do anything.
Nice and simple.
It's nice and simple.
That's what we like.
Yes. That's what I like.
586056, £129.99, brand new today, but 3 flexi-buy payments on that of £43.33. Now, if you missed the earlier show, was it 11 o'clock? 11 o'clock. Paddy the Scarecrow, £12.99. He's still rocking it out there. Fantastic. He is amazing. I'm going to grab him as we walk by because I like everybody to see him. And it's an amazing pattern, Paddy the Scarecrow. Proving very, very popular, so we just thought we'd flag that up again. Gorgeous. And well, probably 2 of the tweed rolls, if there's any left. A lot of them sold out earlier. The red we've still got available of the tweed rolls. You get 10 of those 7-inch squares. The Moody Blues.
10 of the 7-inch squares.
Oh, and still, because the forest green, I thought that was going to go because the autumn sold out.
Yes.
It's limited for the forest green, so you do need 2. I mean, Margaret did say, you could use 1, but you'd have to use some other thrifty bits at home, maybe, to really, to be safe, to be sure, go for 2.
Yes.
And at £19.99. Now, you will get the colour scheme, but you might get variants of pattern. So it won't be the exact 7 that perhaps I showed you earlier this morning at 11 o'clock, but you understood that clearly because we've had similar things on the show when it comes to material. 810920. And here he is Paddy the Scarecrow. He's so tall. He's fabulous, isn't he?
Fabulous. And in fact, the bundle of tweed that we have that has 4 fat quarters would absolutely make Paddy.
Really? The 4 fat quarters that we've got?
The 4 fat quarters would make him. And there'd probably be enough there to do a lovely jacket, do his sleeves and his collar out of one and his waistcoat out of it. He'd be gorgeous, actually, because they're all heathery, scarecrowy kind of...
Sorry, Paddy, sorry. It's the vodka. Sorry.
He's a happy scarecrow.
He's fantastic.
Yes. He was designed by my lovely colleague in New Zealand, Karen Davies, and it's one of her very clever patterns. All the templates are there, his patterns are there. He's got a beautiful little hat, and you could spend a lot of love and attention on this little character.
He's fantastic. I absolutely love him. £12.49, 391 840, and the fat quarters at the bottom of the screen, £47.99. I believe there were 2 flexi-buy payments on that. I'll double check that. Yes, there are. 796221. There we go, and it all comes in a lovely colour pack, full, clear, really simple instructions. Margaret likes simple, and I'm in her camp with that. Yes, accessibility.
Yes, and if we always write patterns with what we call step instructions. And you know, as quilters, we're terrible, we're visual people, so we look at something and we think, oh, I know how to do that. So please read the pattern, please follow your step instructions, and you'll be absolutely fine.
Fantastic. Now, earlier in the 11 o'clock show, we were looking at the fantastic heart cushions that were the brand new
colourways.
Yes, the colourways of the grey
bonine.
And the bonine and the blush.
Yes.
So they're on our screen right now, $34.99, 18 by 18 inches. Everything you need in the kit there. There's the grey. And I don't know where they've gone, but we'll find them. And there's the ivory and the bonine, the ivory and the blush as well.
Yes, which is the blush.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gorgeous. Well, I'll get those on the table for you in a moment. Matt's gone off to do that for me. So we're going to look at, because we were doing
We were doing the applique, and I'm going to redo some of those stitches because, of course, the contrast wasn't strong enough.
Yeah.
So we're going to have the grey on grey. So we're going to have a wee quick look at those, and we'll just recap very briefly, because in your kit you will find there's a piece of very fine interlining. It's an iron-on interlining, and the reason that that is there is that we cut out the template heart first and we iron that onto the back of the front, and it's doing 2 things. It's stabilizing your tweed. If you're not used to stitching with the tweed, it can be quite worrying. There's a movement in the textile that you don't get with cottons, for example, so it will stabilize it, but it also creates a template for you to place your hearts on. And Fiona started us off this morning, and I've just quickly continued, and I talked about tacking it down, ironing it, and then tacking it down. I'm often sewing on the go. It gets rolled up and it comes in when we're on the road. Yeah. So I need something to not move. I need to be sure that it's in the same place that I wanted to do. And I can sew it, yes.
Gorgeous.
So I've threaded up some nice bright red and some nice bright green, and we're going to have a look at those stitches again. But just before we do, I'm going to recap very quickly, because I had an email at lunchtime and they said, please just show us one more time how you cut those hearts.
I know, so quickly I made a bit of a hames of it, to be honest.
No, you did not. Look, your one's in there.
Yes, but I had to go back
top.
In and create a little Cupid's bow, didn't I? Because I didn't quite do it all in one sweep.
So we're just going to have another quick look. And your templates are in your pattern, and if you were following the pattern, you would have drawn your templates onto this before we ironed it on, and you would be cutting out now around those templates. But the trick with wool applique is that you cut your paper and your tweed together, and that gives a nice sharp edge to what it is that you're going to do. So here we go, slow motion.
Slow-mo.
Slow-mo.
We're all watching.
So we're just slowly, and you're turning your scissors and you're turning your fabric, and look, there's no correct or wrong way.
It was the angle you went in at. That's where I went wrong. That's what created that little Cupid's bow.
So you kind of come up and go down. All right, so there he is, and there's your shape. No more complicated than that. I quite like to fussy cut, because sometimes there are beautiful weaves and different designs. I mean, look at that gorgeous herringbone.
Stunning.
Stunning.
Yes, there were some little lines on, weren't they? And you might want to get it horizontally or vertically.
So just once more, to be
sure.
Look at
the way Margaret's going in now. This is where I fell foul.
No, you didn't. You made a beautiful heart. Up
She's been too kind.
No, and look, you could do a nice little sort of folky heart and come down quite low. There we go. And it's no more complicated than that. So if it's not right, it doesn't matter. Create another one. And when you put them on the cushion, they all sort of blend in. Everybody knows their hearts.
Yeah, but don't we get the templates anyway? Or the
you get the templates.
Yeah.
You absolutely get the templates. Everything's there. I was asked to do a memory quilt, and I had lots of little pieces of fabric over. So the cushion actually developed from a quilt that I did, and I didn't know what to do with all these gorgeous little bits of fabric. And I made a little cushion, and we've been making them ever since. So,
there we go.
So this is the one.
For the men, or it doesn't matter for both. The Benin and the blush there proving very popular. Half the stock gone, over half the stock gone. There's a lovely little fluff. But the grey, we've still got good availability. Just that was an update on the Benin and the blush ones.
Now we're going to look. This is what we're going to do. Now I don't know whether you like junk shops and second-hand shops. I love them. And you know, you go into a wee charity shop and somewhere there'll be a little dish with a whole lot of broken bits of jewellery, bits missing, mad colours, things that you would never wear. But when you make an envelope closing on the back of a cushion, sometimes it can become a little bit gappy. So I'm always on the lookout for something that could just pin through and close it off. So that's why that's sitting there. Yeah. And you know, 50p.
There we go.
You would get something. And little birds are very popular in 1950s, 60s junk jewellery. Or costume jewellery, maybe we should say. So, and we're going to look at envelope closing, and we're going to look at zips.
Yes, we're going to do it.
So, there's your little heart cut out. There's your adhesive film sitting on the back, keeping all the threads nice and neat and tidy. And you can see on the sample they haven't moved, they're not going to fray, they're not going to cause us, hopefully, any bother at all. And we're just now ready to stitch. So my apologies. Here we go, nice bright red.
So that we can
see.
Yeah, the grey on the grey.
It wasn't a good idea.
We did get an excellent camera shot, but from afar it was a little bit hard.
It's more of a challenge.
Yes.
And we had an inquiry this morning about what sort of thread you would use and how would you would use it.
Yeah.
And listen, in my work basket I have everything. You could use any type of embroidery thread, and sometimes it's just the colour that I'm looking for. And as I mentioned before, I would often use a 2-ply knitting wool as well. If I'm doing something very rustic or very folk arty, I want the stitching to be very obvious. So a nice thick yarn. This is 2 strands pulled back and knotted at the ends. 2 reasons. I want a nice thick buttonhole stitch coming up, but also in the wool thread, if you don't knot both ends in and you're stitching with one of those threads might have a tendency to unravel, and that's a bit of a nuisance. So here we go again, Fiona. We're nice bright thread.
Now why don't we use a polyester thread?
I think it'll eat.
Yes.
I think it'll eventually. I don't think this is pure wool. It's a natural fibre. There is a place for polyester thread, but I think over time it's stronger probably, and it's going to, particularly in the seams, it's just not quite so wonderful. So look, here we are, we've started, and we've started just as we did before with this one straight stitch, which I hope now you can see in the red. And I've drawn the thread away. Everybody has their own way of sewing. I don't use a hoop. So you're going to imagine that these stitches are going to run just in from the edge. And could
you do that again for me,
look.
Margaret? But your thumb is just in the way there. That's
there we
it.
go.
It needs to be.
Can we see it?
There we. Yeah, we'll just get the position of that. So.
Oh look, there we can see it now. Lovely. Right.
Thank you, Margaret. Thank you.
Now look, here we go, and this thread is going to stay.
Just catching your hand there, Margaret, in the front. Yeah, we can get it now.
You got it now?
Yeah.
Oh yes, now we can see it.
Yeah, we can see that nice and clear. So this is our button stitch.
So this is our buttonhole stitch. And we get asked many, many times, how do we do a buttonhole stitch? How do we get started? What's the difference between a buttonhole and a blanket stitch? And in actual fact, we're using a blanket stitch. And that's because, if I show you here, The space between these stitches defines whether it's a buttonhole stitch or whether it's a blanket stitch. And the bigger the gap is, it means that it's a blanket stitch. All right? And this thread here is running along the outer edge of your applique, and that's what's going to keep it nice and straight in place. That looks better, doesn't it? You can see it nice and clearly now. See, we should have done that first time round.
That's okay. We can watch it on replay. We're watching it now. We're fine. That's how we learn.
That's how we learn. So I'm just going to very quickly come up here, and then I'm going to come back, and we're going to do a chain stitch. We're going to do a couple of little French knots and a running stitch. And that's just because those are the stitches that I have used in the cushion. So the bright yellow thread running across everything is simply a tacking stitch, and that's making sure it's not going to move on me as I'm working on it.
You might want to use red anyway. You might want to have it very vibrant and standing out and part of the feature.
You could, because in fact you could almost imagine if you did every heart a different colour. Wouldn't that be gorgeous?
It really would,
Wouldn't it? Ooh.
Who'd have thought there, Margaret?
When I'm on the ferry tomorrow, I'll have every colour out of my workbox.
Fantastic. I'm looking forward to seeing this.
To see what happens. So that's how we would continue on around, all right? We're good on that. Now look, the little chain stitch. And this is what I was talking about before, coming up with a chain stitch. And this is to add emphasis. And I've quite a big gap in the buttonhole stitch, so I really need to be running that chain stitch along the outer edge. And the reason I do this is that sometimes it's just nice to have a wee accent. Pick out a colour or pick out one of the hearts, or there might be something that you want to draw attention to in all those little pieces. You've plenty of fabric for your applique, don't worry about that. And if there's something in that kit that you don't like, don't use it. Cut more hearts out of the ones that are talking to you. So there's our lovely chain stitch now coming up along the edge of that heart shape, and you can see immediately the difference that it makes to how obvious the stitching is and how comfortably it sits against. What you're doing is you're butting that stitch up against the blanket and almost enclosing in that raw edge. This is called raw edge applique, it's not needle turn, and I love doing this. It's fun. So we'll sit this here like that, and on the cushion, some of the applique pieces, you'll see that I have done a running stitch where I've
let me pick the pink one, because it's a little bit more obvious.
Inside the heart. Now, I was a bit of a cheat on this one. I keep playing with the sewing machine and discovering new wonderful things that it can do. So some of them have been machined on and some have been hand, and I have done the chain stitch in it. But you can draw emphasis in for your heart. If I can just find where I put my other threads. There we go. I love French knots. They're my favourite. And sometimes when I'm finished, to do a little bit of embroidery or something on wool applique. And with wool, it's just a little bit different. So I'm going to show you how we do a French knot with this on the wool. Then we'll do a running stitch, and then we're going to tackle these zips.
Oh, yes, indeed. And I've had a question about who's the lovely lady scarecrow to go with Paddy sitting at the back.
That's his wife. Oh. That's his wife, Bridie.
Sneaky peek, Bridie.
It's a sneaky peek. It is.
They've spotted her.
Yes, well, she is coming soon.
Soon.
She is, yes, Paddy and Bridie.
So we need to get Paddy now if we want to perhaps obtain Bridie a bit later on. Sneaky peek of Bridie on another show then. She's lovely.
She is. She's coming up. We've had to redress her. She's got some new clothes. Oh. So once we have the new clothes made...
Oh, okay. She's not happy with that outfit then, I take it?
Slight change.
Okay, well, I look forward to seeing Bridie and the new guys coming up.
We had Paddy for quite a long time, and my friend Karen, who designed him, she said as soon as she stitched his face, he had a name.
Ah!
She said as soon as she had completed him, she knew that that's what he was going to be called. When you do a French knot, you usually wrap the thread around your needle just the once. but I like things to be obvious and I like them to sit up on the wall. So when we're doing French knots, and I do them on lots of different applique work that I would be doing, and again I'm drawing emphasis to the design, or I want to accent something that I'm making. So look, 1, 2, 3, 4, and because I'm demonstrating it's not going to work. And back through where the needle came up initially, and pull it through like so. Pull your thread through. Gorgeous. If we can pick that up.
Ah, yes, yes, you've done a like little flower motif. If I bring this one in,
and I've done because I'm very fond of French knots and I use them lots and lots of times.
Oh, hello,
but
Paddy.
it's almost a bullion stitch because you're wrapping that thread around 2 or 3 times and to get a nice heavy knot sitting on top of your tweed. So we'll do it once more.
Okay.
And then no excuses for not being able to do it. And these are easy. You can put a lovely little cluster of French knots, some little lazy chain stitches to do all sorts of gorgeous things on your applique. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All the embroiderers at this stage are going, oh no, you don't wrap it around 4 times. You only do it once.
You used 3 of those I've seen. 4, Margaret. Oh.
But look, see how it sits up on top?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Lovely.
All right.
Fantastic. Would it be all right if this is because it's a good moment to have a recap?
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yes.
And then we'll tackle those zips.
Let's do that.
Is that good? Is
That's
that okay?
Good,
Let's have a little look at the website as well, because obviously we want to include everything that Margaret's brought with her here today. We've got the fantastic Grandad's Coat Tweed and Cotton Quilt Kit with all the elements that you need to make that amazing project with 3 flexi-buy payments on it. And you've got the fat quarters that would make Paddy, and then the 8ths, the smaller bundle there of 4, £23.99, that gorgeous, gorgeous tweed. Then you've got your 10-inch tweed rolls, pre-cut squares, £19.99, and of course Paddy, the scarecrow pattern there, £12.49. Small Art Quilts, there's a book by Deborah O'Hare. So yes, lots in there, but don't forget you are getting your book as well that has another 4 designs in it, as well as the Grandad's Coat, as well as the floral vase and the William Morris material. So there are other projects in there that you are getting as an addition. Now, Grandad's Coat's quilt. As Margaret said, this was to make it look like you just made it out of all the bits and bobs that you've got at home, the flannel, the material, the bits of Grandad's shirt. Just gorgeous. It's just a simple block pattern repeat of a theme, and then she's done some lovely quilting there as well in terms of swirls and what have you if you want to do that. It's gorgeous, isn't it? And then some beautiful vibrant colours there to pop. Now the material is provided, you just need to provide your backing there. And if you wanted to do your wadding as well, that is optional. But Margaret said that was probably good in terms of getting that sort of lovely surface area, sort of, what's the word, I can't think what Margaret said, in terms of, you know, between the flannel and the thickness of the tweed, because you've got all these lovely flannels, beautiful and soft, beautiful bright colours popping there, and then you've got the tweed, yeah? Look at this gorgeous tweed. Isn't that beautiful? These colours that really make it pop. Isn't that beautiful? It's quality. Now we're approaching 40% gone of Grandad's Coat Tweed. And this is the one that did sell out previously, so please don't miss out. Look at these colours, softness. Look at this material. It is beautiful, this tweed from Donegal. Isn't that gorgeous? Stunning, stunning quality. And there is enough there, obviously, and extra, you know. Margaret mentioned that probably you'd have enough left over if you wanted to put together a cushion or something like that, because they don't scrimp on the wonderful quality of the tweed there, so that you can make a really spectacular quilt. And it's all step-by-step guide. It's one of 5 projects in the book that you get anyway. But I just, you know, it's 3 flexi-buy payments. You've got a top quality, it will wash beautifully. You've got 5 projects there. We're at project number 2, Grandad's Coat, and it is a step-by-step guide that literally is, the front page is your picture with fabric requirements, which is in the kit, and there you have it. There you have it. That's how simple the instructions are. £41.66. It all arrives on that first flexi-buy payment. You can start making it now. Take your time. And then you'll have it ready for the autumn and the winter over your what was it, the lovely Adriana made it for her City, 88244, 124.99, but 3 flexi payments available on that. Another 4 projects in there. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The quality, I want you to be here feeling it as well. And next up, we've got the floral vase with the William Morris and those swatches as well, I should say, of the fabulous tweed and other elements that really make it pop. And then your wool as well, your wool twine, and then these beautiful, I mean, just look at these William Morris materials. These are just stunning, genuine William Morris designs that you see at the V&A there. These are just beautiful, and they all work so beautifully. Oh, I've just thrown some tweed away. I know, just thrown, look at this, just gorgeous. I'll ask one of the boys to pass, thank you, Molly, sorry. I was looking at Matthew when I said that. And then this beautiful, look at this tweed, it's like two-tone. It's like two-tone. Isn't that gorgeous? You get the tweed in there as well. Thank you, Molly. There we go. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that stunning? All there again for £129.99. This makes the floral vase quilt. If I hold this up, this is in a colourway of pink. There we go. If I hold that up high, you can see the floral vase in the middle with all those different borders there. And you do get the templates as well, and they are to size. Yeah, the templates are to size, as Margaret explained. 45 by 45, it's at the back there. All the step-by-step instructions. There's your templates as well. Approaching 40% gone on this one as well. £43.33 for 3 flexi-buy payments, 586056. That is worth it. Just that material alone is just exquisite. Truly, truly beautiful. Now, the cushions that obviously Margaret's been demonstrating as well, do watch on replay on the 11 o'clock hour. We've got the Benin and the Blush, and you do get the... I've forgotten the word for it, that you put on the back of the hearts. Interfacing, yes, thank you. And your cotton and all... Interwebbing, yes, thank you. And all those lovely, beautiful tweeds. They're just gorgeous. Aren't they lovely? They're so soft to the touch. That's the Blush one. And yeah, you're interwebbing. Couldn't think of the word there, could I? $34.99. This is 733068. Makes it an 18 by 18 inch cushion. That's one of the colour options. Beautiful, isn't it? Sizable cushion there. Lovely. And then we've also got the grey colour option, yes, as well, right next door to it. Yeah, the grey colour option as well. There we have it. And again, all the elements that you need there. So you just decide whether you want the Blush and the Benin or the grey. Now, our lovely 10-inch tweed rolls. 7 of these are proven very, very popular. The autumn sold out earlier. They were lovely gold and mustards. The green is now gone. Oh, sorry, I'm going to wrap that one up. That's gone. I've only got... Sorry, gone. Hide that. I've only got the red and the blue left. And the red's already limited. It comes with reds and pinks. Now, they'll all be of the same sort of colourway, but you might get variations on a pattern, as it were. But, oh, 10 inches, 7 of them. They're just beautiful. And again, whether you're putting them into your projects, they will match beautifully. And again, if you see some of them are just slightly different. I haven't got that necessary, but they're the same sort of colourways that will work beautifully together. So that is the red, and we've got the moody blues as well, as you can see. Again, lovely. Again, so you might just get variations, for instance, there. Gorgeous. Look at that. Some will repeat in there. And but again, all handpicked by Margaret and will work stunningly together. £19.99. 2 of those will make Paddy. 810920. So get 2 blues if you want those, or blue and a pink. You have loads left over as well, even after Paddy. Now the fat quarters will make Paddy as well, because you get 4 of these. 2 flexi-buy payments on it as well. And you do get the label that it is beautiful woven tweed from Donegal. $47.99, 796221. And I am going to open up this one. Yeah, these are gorgeous. I love these. Look at this. I mean, this is just a little slice of tweed heaven as far as I'm concerned. Look at that gorgeousness. I mean, it doesn't get any better, does it? That is just beautiful. And it feels gorgeous. 47.99. That's one of the fat quarters there. 796,221. And when you got 2 flexi-buy payments of that, and when you look at that with the other colourways in there that have been put together, you've got a little bit of heaven happening there and then, haven't you? Look at that. Oh, yeah, that's tremendous, isn't it? We could stand and look at that all day, but I've got to move on. I've got zips to do with Margaret. 796,221 for the fat quarters. That will make Paddy. And then we've got the mini quarters as well, the 8ths, 20 by 15 or 51 centimetres by 38 centimetres. Again, look at this. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Again, gorgeous there. And that is 23.99, 563,980. And there he is. We'll have to wait for Bridie. She's not ready to appear yet. She's not happy with the clothes. So Bridie's going to come. She's a little sneak peek. She's coming in a future show with Fabric Affair. This is $12.49 for the actual pattern there. He's beautiful. And he is 391,840. All of the hat and the scarf and the little lined coat and the little neckerchief there as well. And oh, hello. Hello, he says. And he's lovely and tall, long-legged fellow. Just doing a bit of river dance there. Oh, yes. Like any Irishman. Does a good bit of Irish dancing there. £12.49, 391,840. Over half the stock gone on Paddy there. Yeah, indeed. Gosh, like I could make him for so many of my uncles. I've got a lot of Uncle Patricks I have. 391,840, and he's brand new today. Let's look at that website. Margaret's waiting to do a zip to get rid of all the myths and worries about zips in our lives. Yes, lots there on the website as well. Please don't miss out and do watch again on replay on 11 o'clock when Margaret gave us some great top tips as well when it comes to making these lovely heart cushions. And your tweed in general, which washes over and over again. Washes over. Cool wash. Cool wash. Not a hot time when you're doing your...
Not in the tumble dryer.
Not in the tumble dryer.
Not in the tumble dryer.
These all no-nos.
That's all no-nos. What alters tweed is heat and agitation, and we don't want any of that. No. So, look, this is your envelope closing. In your kit, you've got your fabric that will do all of this. Your measurements are there. So, and when you get to this stage, it's right sides together and an seam all the way around. Trim it off, trim your corners, turn it out, and that is your cushion finished. But we're going to very quickly, before we finish today, have a wee look at zips. So we're making an 18-inch zip. So we've cut 2 rectangles that give us a big enough piece of fabric to put a good 3/4 of an inch seam here. And the reason for that is that all will be revealed, but this is really easy. So I'm just going to zip down here. We're not going to be doing any ironing, Fiona. We've finished ironing for the day.
Margaret.
Sorry.
We're not cutting half the ironing.
You're not cutting
I think the viewers are pleased about that. Caused some palpitations. They were worried for me.
We're just not going to bother too much about this. Now, when you press the seam open when you're doing this at home, don't worry about trimming it off. You don't need to do that, because when you stitch your zip in, those threads or that fabric's not going to be going anywhere. So you've cut this seam, and now you're just going to stitch it back together, which really is what quilters do anyway. Yeah. We cut up pieces of fabric and join them all back together again.
Exactly.
So this is no problem. This is how I was taught to put a zip in at school.
Okay. I think they should teach it again, quite frankly.
So there's your seam. And if we had the iron, we would be pressing this open, okay? But we're not, because we're not going to do any more ironing. So we'll just pop a wee pin up here. But you can see what it is that I have done. Normal seam. Don't bother about trimming your seam. It's not necessary. And I've gone a wee bit wonky there in the middle, but we'll not worry too much about that today either. And this is where the magic begins, because this is your zip. This will be eventually the right side of your cushion, so we're working on the wrong side, okay? But your zip now sits in here, right side down, okay? And I'm going to pin that along. Okay. Now I like a hand stitch zip. I don't hide my zips. I quite often make them a feature on the back of the cushion. I sew little buttons on, I sew all sorts of things on. I like to hand stitch them so you can see where I have been stitching, and just make them a feature. And somewhere we've got a blue cushion.
A blue cushion, I'll get Matthew on the case.
Which has a hand stitch.
Yes, we have.
Yes.
He's gone, he's gone. It's like the wind.
He's
gone.
He's away.
There he goes. Here comes the hand. Thank you, darling. There we go.
So if we turn that over, you can see my stitching. You can see the zip. I haven't tried to hide it, and I've put another little. You've got lots of hearts. You might have a nice wee heart that you've got left over. So make your zip a bit of a feature. Don't try to hide it. Now, if we'd pressed that seam open, this zip would be sitting nice and flat on the seam. Okay.
I like that. Just had a little wee embellishment on the back.
It is
gorgeous.
I did
buttons on the front there.
Yes.
Lovely.
I did a series of cushions about gardens.
Oh.
And on the back of all the cushions, I stitched little garden birds.
Fabulous.
And I thought, why not? It's the back. So look, it's no more complicated than this, believe me. All right, so this is our zip. Your foot or your face down onto the seam. So we're looking at the wrong side of the zip and we're looking at the wrong side of the fabric. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then we simply start, and again I like a nice contrast stitch. And the end of the zip is down here, so we're going to go back and forward a couple of times just to anchor it in place. And the teeth of your zip are running along your seam, okay? And there's a reason for that.
So you're just sewing the end.
And so you're sewing the end a little bit and come out, and then look, very simple running stitch. Can we pick that up on camera? I wonder, my hands are in the way. I'll leave the needle in.
See that? Thank you. We've had an email from a lady who says, thank you about the news about Bridie. She can't wait. She can't wait, so we'll have to make sure we publicise that one.
Well, you know, there are lots of people in this part of the world that have scarecrow suppers.
Yeah, we have a scarecrow festival in Yorkshire.
Exactly.
Yes, yeah.
And they're a very popular couple at all sorts of festivals, and people send photographs and write us stories about them. So they are a popular couple.
Oh,
so we've only Paddy today, but
they could be bringing back Wurzel Gummidge, couldn't they?
Well, he's a wee bit more elegant than
well, it could be just Paddy and Bridie. That's what I was thinking, the new Wurzel Gummidge.
New Wurzel Gummidge.
Unless you're born in a certain area, you won't know what
on earth we're talking about.
Yes.
No. So you continue to stitch, making sure that the teeth of your zip are running along your seam line. That doesn't alter. And if I turn that over, you can start to see where my and your stitching shows through. It's supposed to show through. You're supposed to have a little stitch, and you can see it on there.
You can, but it's not obtrusive.
No, it's not. And then I'm going to stitch a couple wee bit more, and I'll show you how we then get this to work. So again, making sure those teeth are running along the seam. We had to make A-line skirts as part of our sewing class, I think, when we were about 8 or 9. This is how we were taught to put the zip into an A-line skirt.
Yeah.
So those
lavender pin cushions, I remember making that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And cross-stitch.
Cross-stitch.
Cloth.
Yeah, I did learn chain stitch as well, blanket stitch.
Yes.
But you know, they don't do those skills anymore.
No,
and I think everybody should learn just how to sew a button, how to sew. It's amazing how people don't know how to sew anything. Just darn a sock.
No, they don't. Now I'm going to cheat a wee bit because I'm going to come up here, and this isn't what you're going. So you're going to stitch the entire length. Come back and forward at the top and the bottom a couple of times just to reinforce that that's where the zip is. Ignore this wee stitch because I just want to come back and show you what we're doing. So when both sides are securely stitched in place, and I explain this so many times to people at shows, and then they say, show me that again. But this really is just fun. It makes it easy and takes all the strain. I have a zipper foot on my machine, and I do stitch them in on the machine, but I like doing this.
Okay.
Because I don't hide the zips.
I'm terribly sorry, I'm making little noises here because I don't want to lose the climax at the end here, because obviously you want to show us something.
I do.
Yes,
I do.
I'm going to be quiet for a second.
And I want the little pair of scissors which I've put somewhere else. So every quilter has a quick unpick because, you know, that's just a fact of life.
Oh, yes, yes.
So once your zip is completely stitched in, you're going to turn it over, and you can see now the stitches are quite obvious, and you would have come the entire length of the seam. Go back and forward a few times to make sure it's nice and neat. And then if you have a little quick unpick, which I don't have, so I'm going to use my big clunky scissors, you go in and you simply snip that little running stitch of where you've machined down to reveal. Well, it would work if we had smaller scissors.
Bless. You had some little ones here. There's some little ones there, honey.
There's what we need.
There we go. Don't these great big gigantic
we don't
things.
Need
We're not going to get anywhere with that.
Because the thread is a little cotton thread, and look, there's your zip. So you just unpick along the length of your zip, and hey presto, perfect every time.
And there's your zip in perfect position.
And there's your zip in perfect position.